with the Luke.
Yo. Here we are, boys. We are live.
Oh, okay. Wait.
A little delay on your screen.
Oh, okay.
There you go. What's going on, boys? How's it going?
Good, man.
Chilling. Everybody got their brewskis? Hopefully.
I have dope, but yeah.
We're following it up over here.
Very nice. Ooh. Ooh.
Cranberry claw.
Very nice.
It's gonna be filtered. Very.
Bad Time Panda. Look at the boys.
That's our basis with COVID.
Oh, word. Damn, you're feeling better, homie.
For real, wish you were feeling better too. Yeah, same.
So, first question, we'll start at the fucking beginning. How'd it start? What happened?
Well,
That's a Richie question.
yeah, so the band started with me and our drummer Patrick. No. Let's start with me and our drummer Patrick, and we were in a different band together, and we actually both played guitar, and we were done with that band, and we were like, well, he was like, I want to play drums, and I was like, okay, that sounds cool to me, and then we just all kind of came together. Josh, our bassist, he was in the band originally, left and came back, and then we had two other guitar players that are both really great, but they both had to step away, and then we got Fred, and then we had our original vocalist was a part of the original lineup, and then he left, and now we have Mark. But yeah, it started out as a joke, actually. We were like, oh, we're going to be a hardcore band, just a straight hardcore band as a joke, and we called ourselves the Guild because me and our drummer are huge fans of the Venture Brothers.
Okay, word, yeah.
Yeah, so our name comes from the Guild of Calamitous Intent from the Venture Brothers. And if you like the show and you look at our first album, the Orb album, like Orb is every single song except for one, I think, is a reference to the Venture Brothers. Like all the time. Our Venture Brothers references. And then we strayed away from that, but like and the songs are about individual things that aren't Venture Brothers, but we just thought it would be funny. We wrote the first thing we ever wrote was a dumb little hardcore track, and it was called Dr. Mrs. My Wife. And we just like, then we just like, we're like, yeah, let's do this. And the other band broke up, and we just kept kind of doing it for fun. It was just a fun thing, and then like it just kind of got some more traction than we thought it would. Honestly.
Yeah, hell yeah. Damn, Venture Bros, dude. I need to watch more of that. I didn't even realize all the references, to be honest.
Oh, I'm a mad fan. It's only on the first like the Orb album is the only thing that we did that with. We kind of dropped not doing that.
Yeah.
No one else. I thought more people liked that show. And yeah, and like every time I mention it, people go, I never watched that. I'm like, it's like the best show.
Yeah. It depends on the age, dude. Some of the younger people, you know, like I'm 23, and I know a lot of people my age haven't fucking watched that. So
yeah. But also we were like, we're dorks, so the Guild works for that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
We just ran with it.
Have you guys ever had a big name change since you started this project?
No, I mean the logo. We've had 3 logos, but that's the new one is what's on the Pure Dark album cover that you showed earlier. But
yeah,
which we're really excited about that. That's the first time because to be honest, our first logo, someone we knew made it for us, and we were like, oh cool, and we used it for a while, and then it got to a point it was kind of big, had like a bunch of swords and stuff on it, and we were like, this is a little too much. And then the guy who did the artwork for Resurgence, he said, do you have a logo? And we were like, nah. So he just made one for us, and then we rolled with that we rolled with it for a while, and then we actually went back to him, and he made the new logo we have. His Mind Killer Inc. on Instagram. He's really great. Like we literally were like, we have to get a new logo made because we wanted to like kind of change some stuff. And we're like, we need to actually get a logo that we want. And we went to him like, hey, we love the thing you did, but like we want a new logo. And he like made that and that sigil symbol we have on the album art and stuff. He made all that for us. So
yeah, that new logo is sick. It's a little bit more compact as well. It's easier to make put on whatever the fuck you're posting on Instagram.
I loved the old logo too, but like honestly what it was is we got tired of looking at flyers and being like, our logo looks like nothing like any other deathcore bands on this like flyer, which was cool, but also like, but also just like, oh yeah, people think that like we're not a death, because we've always said we were a deathcore band, and we just get people who think that we're like a metalcore band and stuff, and we're like, nah, we're a deathcore band. So we kind of are like, we should probably market it a little better in that realm, I guess.
Yeah, no, it fits for sure now. I dig the new logo for sure. That album art cover too, it's pretty badass.
Yeah, that was a guy from Germany.
It looks like a
Bonfire
fucking German tower.
Yeah, but he was really cool. We've had that for. We started working on this EP in like 2021, and we got the album art before we even started writing music. And then
which was kind of cool because I feel like it kind of helped with the vision.
Yeah, because we came up our whole way we write stuff is we kind of like, since Resurgence anyway, we've been like, oh, we want a theme, like an overall theme about like what the EP is about, and like Resurgence is about characters returning, you know, because all the songs are about like John Wick, the Lich King, and Jason Todd from Batman.
Oh, word, yeah.
It's about them returning, you know, from being dead or like whatever, or they're, you know, like they're coming back because they're forced to.
I mean,
that's the point. So
yeah.
Then on the Pure Dark, we were just kind of like, you know, oh well, we want this to be about like otherworldly beings and like, you know, basically people doing really bad things, but they think it's justified that they're doing these bad things. So that's kind of like where that whole concept came. And then the guy, we actually found the guy on Reddit, I think, the Deathcore subreddit, and he was like, I make album art, and we were like, this is pretty cool. And then we were like, make us an album art, and he was like, yeah, and he made, I think, 6 or 7 versions of that album.
Damn.
He just kept bringing, like, we were like, this is great, we're happy with it. Here's another one.
Bro was just bored.
Yeah, well, he just was like, it could be better. And then the poor guy, like I said, he did it in 2021, and when we finally posted a teaser, he was like, finally! Like, finally
2 years of hype.
Like, they've been waiting to post it for all this time. We're like, sorry, bro.
We all.
Yeah.
We've all been waiting.
I haven't been waiting that long.
Yeah, Mark's not
I haven't been waiting that long.
But then the into the fold and kind of just pumped it all out. So
yeah, you've only been, you know, rolling with it for a second, but I'm happy you're here.
Yeah.
God bless. It was a quick writing session.
Yeah. It's true, but yeah.
Back burner. Getting to see Mark's feet for free. Let's go.
You gotta donate to this man for that.
It's not free.
Yeah, I got the band's PayPal on there. Send him some fucking money, dude. Come on. This is free content. We are so lucky. We are so lucky for the feet, hopefully. Also, anybody, let me know if this fucking audio needs to be louder or what. I think the music's okay. I don't want to be drowning out anybody out. How did you guys meet?
So I met Patrick, the drummer of our band. I wish he was here. He's also like sick, but I wish he was here. Him and I met at Brandon Cagle, who's like that, used to be in Whitechapel, and then the head, like, their sound guy, their tour manager sound guy now, but like he used to record bands back in the day, and I met him and the old vocalist of my old band when they were tracking demos for that band that I ended up being a part of, and we just became best friends, and that was in 2011 or 10.
10 or 11, yeah.
So I mean that was that long ago, and I've been in a band with him ever since. So like we've just always been in a band together, and
the dynamic duo.
yeah, and then Fred, we met Fred.
I've known you guys for a long.
Yeah, he was
13 or 14. I think is when I first met you guys, but we got acquainted.
Yeah.
And then I think we became really good friends around 2016.
Yeah.
Maybe 15.
When we were working together. Yeah, when we started working together, and then you were in that. He was also in another local band called Illustrious. He has a twin brother. They were in a band together.
Okay.
Illustrious.
We played a lot of shows.
Together, and then Josh was actually, him and I were in. Josh was in a lot of local bands from my band before I met Patrick, and then he was in. We were in a pop-up band together at the time. When I was with Body Divided, the other band before this, and then when this band the Josh being in the band is the funniest story because I kept asking him to be in the band because he played drums in the pop-up band, and I kept saying, "Dude, be in my band, be in my band." And he played bass in his other bands in the past, and then one day he kept telling me no. And then he was hanging out with me one day, he's plucking on my bass, and I'm like, "Dude, just be in my band." And he goes, "I don't want to play drums in a heavy band, so I want you to play bass." He goes, "Whoa, wait, bass?" Bet.
Okay, cool.
They joined the band like that, and then same thing with our old vocalist. We knew him like from other bands and stuff, and that's how that happened. Basically, everyone that was previously in the band was from playing in other bands or whatever. But then when people had to move on, Fred was like our first choice, like for another guitar player. He was actually working with me one day, and I just looked at him and said, "You want to be in my band?" And he goes,
Dude.
"Yeah."
I didn't even want to be in another band. I was so over being in band at the time. And he goes, "You want to be in the band?" And I was like, "Let's go."
Yeah. And then Mark is also in another band called Poser, and they're really great.
Fantastic.
And we found him because our drummer Pat does recording work sometimes with Anchor Sound, who does our recording. He'll sometimes like do drum edits and stuff, or like help with like programming drums for certain bands and stuff like that. And super fucking incredibly talented guy. And he was doing the drums for their band before they had a full band. He was like programming it. And then I just came over one day and he goes, "Listen to this band." And I was like, "Oh my god, this guy is like incredible." And he goes, "Yeah, it's this dude from Bristol that has never been in like another band really." And so when our vocalist stepped down,
he was our first choice.
Yeah, he was literally my first choice. But well, we should call a guy from Bristol and see if he'd be interested. And he played hard to get.
I played real hard.
He was like, "No, I don't think so." And then we were like, "Do you want to fill in for us to play with Whitechapel this year?" And he goes, "Yeah." And then, I told him verbatim, I was like, "Look, two things are gonna happen. You're either gonna fall in love with me or something, and you're gonna join the band." And then he was like, "I don't know, man." And then he joined the band and he fell with me. So,
It's true. It was seamless, honestly.
So he joined the band, and what was cool is we'd already tracked all the new albums, so it was just mainly like, "Oh, well, now you have to write vocals."
And dude, he did it.
Yeah.
Like,
Which is kind of why we've been so like pushed back on releasing it because we had to kind of do a do-over on that, but it's all we're ready to almost release it.
Honestly, the setback felt really rough, and then it actually has not. It's not been as bad as we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
But we are still anxious to get it all out.
I'm very excited to release
The rest
the new
of it,
stuff.
yeah.
Like
I'm excited to listen to new music.
Yeah, thank you.
It hits a different. I think it hits a different mark than what we've.
Oh yeah.
Than what we've. than what we've done before. Well, they've done before.
Oh, Josh is right. It took a dinner at Longhorn Steakhouse with 3 different desserts to get it.
Damn, 3
It was
desserts.
On the third dessert, when they're looking you in the eye, like, "You want to do this full time?"
What are you gonna say?
What do you say? What do you say?
You got cheesecake, lava cake, and another chocolate cake. Like, how can you tell me you don't want to do it?
It's like the Godfather scene where there's like a horse's head cut off in the bed. You know what the message is, right?
And
Yeah.
all the food was on the band, so we were like, how can you turn this away after you like this? Crazy. What did you get? You got pork chops, I think, or
I
something.
got pork chops to the Longhorn
Yeah,
Steakhouse.
You got pork chops, bro? What
It
the
was
fuck?
a great decision. They fucking hit. They were delicious.
I bet.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were, but you should have got that fucking Longhorn ribeye, bro. 3 fucking
Alright,
desserts.
We're recording. We were on like a date night. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go crazy.
He wasn't official yet, you know what I mean?
I got you.
Let me get 2 New York strips.
Yeah, let me get How long have you been a vocalist for, dude?
Oh lord, let's see. I started trying to do it seriously more like 2018, 2019. I was in a band in Bristol called Pale Blood, and we were just like a silly little deathcore band that kind of.
Also good.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
also
much.
very good.
We just played a couple local shows. We were young as shit. We were just kind of figuring things out. And then, as it happens when you're in really smaller scenes, we had a member that had to go away and never found anybody because there's just nobody else. There's not a whole lot of people that do music like that out there.
Yeah.
And then I kind of wasn't doing anything for a little bit. And then we started working on the Poser stuff. And that was supposed to be just me and Brady, who I grew up with, best friend, like always been my musical homie.
My Pat, it's his Patrick.
Absolutely. That's
Word.
pretty much like genuinely the way I always think of it. Is like Richie and Pat's dynamic is a lot like me and Brady's dynamic. He's a lot more talented than me, but we started working on that shit, and then it just kind of worked out serendipitously. Pat came in to do the drums, and then bang, fucking bang. And I love all these boys. I'm glad it worked out like it did, because at first I was like, I think I'm just gonna open up the watch out.
Yeah.
It was obviously like, you know, I mean, obviously he didn't know us from up or down, so it's like when you
I was
joined,
real guarded. That's for sure.
He's like, are these guys gonna suck? Are they gonna be bad people?
It's hard to not feel that way.
We slept in the same bed.
Me and Fred slept cheek to cheek.
It was.
That's fair.
It was.
Look me in the eyes when you talk about it, Fred.
It was the best I've ever slept.
I honestly, Mark being in the band is it's like it's honestly like you've been here. I'm not even saying this to boost your ego, but like it feels like I've known you for way longer than I've actually known you. Like
there's that Conor McGregor energy.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the mohawk for sure.
Yeah.
It is. Now let me see the back. Does it turn into a rat tail in the back, or?
Oh, baby,
Let's go. That's what I was hoping to see. Yeah. The mullet mohawk. That's fucking crazy, bro.
Man, I just rocked the shaved head for so many years, and I think I would have looked like I'm 42 right now sitting on these couch. Thank God for the
I feel you. You look like the kind of fucker to order 3 desserts at Longhorn for sure. So if you guys are, I know you want to release your new music soon. Do you guys have the name of a favorite song off the new music that you would be willing to mention?
I guess
it changes.
It changes. It's just like it's only 4 songs technically, so it's kind of it's such a small pool to choose from.
Yeah.
But it definitely changes. I think one of the least favorite at first has now become a lot of our favorites.
Agreed, for sure.
Would we say that one, or would I say?
I mean, it's taken on it really depends on the day for me. There's
Yeah.
one song that hits me a bit more, I guess, emotionally kind of than the others.
Yeah.
And that one kind of is my favorite sometimes. And then the other one's got all the like, God damn parts. And that one's still kind of really my favorite. It goes back and forth.
Honestly, I think my favorite one still was Father the Abyss, because I just really, a lot of those are my riffs. so I'm a little biased, you know, but
Has to put it out there.
Dropping the first single, we wanted to choose. I think we talked about a different song.
Yeah.
And then I was like, at one part, the Father the Abyss, just to me alone, is just like enough to be like a single.
Well, I feel like Father the Abyss was like such a good balance of everything we were trying to do on the new one, you know.
It's a lot of different marks too that we haven't done.
Yeah, but we got, man, it just changes, and we've shot a music video that will come out with one of the songs.
We're very
very excited about that. We've never actually, the only other music video we had is the one from the split we did in 2018.
And honestly, shout out Caleb Chandler.
Yeah,
because he is that dude. He did both videos, and while they're dramatically different videos, he is just.
Yeah, I mean, I'll put it to you that way. I love that video. It is for 2018, and we shot the video in 2023. So I mean, this man has been still doing it for this long. And the production that we put into it, that was done, is like we're really excited to show it. It's just been like we've had to wait, and I really love that song too. It's like one of my favorites.
It's more of the more thematic songs. It's got a lot of more
thematic. I definitely feel like if I can, I've said this to them. If I could describe what the new album is like for me, it's like you take it's like the best parts of core hardcore parts that we've done, more death metal, but then like not too much like Lorna Shore, like like the
more
symphony
orchestral
things. Like we've done those in the past, like with Air the Serpent. So there's a lot more of that kind of stuff going on, but also not so much that it's like, oh, this is clearly like Lorna Shore. It's not like Lorna Shore.
So a little bit more atmosphere, but not just built on top of the atmosphere.
What's actually funny is when we started writing this was like right when Lorna Shore was about to pop off.
Yeah. And
we had plans to do a lot more of that stuff because we just, me and Patrick were really big fans of Ovid's Withering at the time. And we were like, oh, I just want more of this stuff. And then when Lorna Shore popped off, we were like, we got to reel it back in. It's like this.
They do too much.
Yeah, too much. So we like made it not as
But I think it's good. It worked out.
So I think it's like a good balance of everything. So I'm really excited about it. We wrote the music this time. This is the first time we knew what the songs were gonna be about. Like because every song we have, if you didn't know, is about a video game, a book, something, like comics,
movie.
something like that. So like
Yeah.
we normally write the music and then we pick the material, right, or what it's going to be about. Well, this time we were like, we know what the album like is, like what they're about. So we really drew a lot of inspiration from like the source material, thematically, specifically with those thematical parts I was talking about, the actual parts, whatever. We really we literally drove like into like, the music from those IPs to make it come across the way we wanted to,
Yeah.
So really heavily inspired by that stuff, and really, really excited about it.
Which sound-wise was new territory, I feel like.
Yeah.
For the music, the band as a whole.
Yeah, and it was just cool to write that way, because like we would instead of getting like kind of stuck, we would be like,
Yeah.
What is the feeling like in this part of the story of whatever, and then we'd be like, oh yeah, like this, and then we're like, well, we should really make it aggressive, or make it sad, or make it just make it like, whatever that part needed is kind of where we would draw the inspiration from that,
Yeah,
Very
for sure.
cool.
It was a really cool way of writing.
And we went to a cabin
Yeah.
and recorded everything. Which
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, we always everyone knocked us, be like, oh, you guys knocked loose or whatever. Like, no, we just wanted to like hang out. And
Our producer and all of us got together, except for
he wasn't in the band yet. He wasn't in the band yet.
God damn it!
So for him, he got to miss that part.
It was right before.
Yeah, it was before. Yeah, it was. We were asking you to fill in, but we were tracking. So like but if you had said, "I'll be in the band immediately," you could have gone. So
You shit, Richard.
It was honestly, overall, it was like a great, I really would go as far as saying a bonding experience. We were all like, we had a great road time.
Watched Men in Black.
Watched Men in Black.
Hell yeah.
It was cool. It was
No, that's good, man. It's glad to get out of your comfort zone every once in a while, because it really helps you as a band, I feel like, grow to different types of music and all these different shit you're gonna add. So I'm excited, man. He got me hyped up. Fuck, I'm definitely gonna have to come see it live.
We're ready for it to be out, because we're ready to write new stuff.
Yeah, we're ready to move on to
Yeah.
even more stuff.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at. Like, we want this out so we can write more stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Which we'll probably get together, I'd say soon, and start writing new
yeah,
stuff.
I think so too. I think the plan is to try to release this and then play shows on it, do whatever, and then
in that time frame,
by next year drop. We're probably gonna switch it up and just kind of do singles for a while, and then but that's kind of the plan, is to be a little more consistent with what we're putting out, because it took a long time to do this. So
to be fair, again, like whenever I joined, Resurgence didn't get a chance to shine.
It got dropped in 2020, and then the world ended, and then
So, by the time I joined in mid 2021 was when Resurgence finally got its chance to
we could play shows on it.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
We never even played any of the songs live, other than Bobby Yaga.
My first practice with the guys was the first time we had all played Resurgence really at all, except for maybe once Obama.
Yeah, Baba was the only one we'd ever played before, which we played in 2019 at the Whitechapel show when the album dropped in February.
2019 all the way to midway through 2021, that's a big gap. So kind of put a lot of things, but it worked out.
All of that time was kind of fucked anyways with COVID and shit. Messed everybody's plans up. Everybody's plans, it fucked up. What's one of the well, that's the next question. What's your favorite memory so far, you think, as a whole? Which I know Mark is kind of new, so maybe it's the memory of the cabin.
I think so.
Yeah. Well, we honestly, with the current iteration of the band, we just recently did like a stint where we played in Kentucky with a good friend of our band, friend of ours called Buried Truth.
Those are great shows.
And they're great. And there was that show we played in Knoxville.
We
played a few of them, and then like it was just a really good time. It was like our first hometown show with Mark, where we weren't opening for something. And I mean, people really came out. We got to play with our friends with Disarmor and play with of Ancients, who we're playing with again.
Of Ancients, that's sick.
Yeah, so we played with them, and then Very Truth, and there was 5 bands. I'm forgetting somebody, and I'm feeling like a piece of shit for it.
God damn it! See what you did.
Who was it? Oh, Divisive.
Yeah.
From Nashville. I don't know how I forgot that.
Oh, Divisive.
Tomorrow.
I've actually got Divisive that's gonna be hopping on here soon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're cool dudes. Like
Sick.
we played with them a lot actually. We
Yeah.
played with them at Total Death Corp, and they're from Nashville, so they're stone throw away.
Gotcha.
You know,
Yeah.
like, they're all super chill dudes, and we played with them. We played with them several times. I mean, they played our headliner. Didn't they play the headliner? We played at yeah, they were on our headliner at the. We had to play our like big venue here where they had us headline it. It's like a 1,200 cap room or something, or 1,000 cap room. We brought like 300 people, which was like it wasn't supposed to be that way. It was supposed to be another band, and then the month before were like, hey, the other band can't do it, but we want to keep the date. Do you guys want to headline? And we were like,
Okay.
sure.
Sure.
Like,
Yeah.
the headline, we're gonna do it right. So we went all out. Fortunately, I work for a company that does LED walls and stuff like that. So
Nice.
I was able to incorporate that.
Yeah, we sourced some of that,
Yeah.
and the guy who shot our music video ran it. And
Also, just like he shout out him, Caleb
super
Chamberlain.
fun.
Oh, yeah.
That's the first time we played with Divisive, I think. And,
Yeah.
and then I feel like since then we've
But
not.
three
We
times,
played wasn't 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
They're all. I'd play with them anytime. They're great. They're great. They put on a great live show.
Great show, yeah.
Yeah. But fucking Backburner said some drunk dude who just got married had showed up.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. That's Ethan. He's the drummer of his other band.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Word.
He got fucking married. I went to their ceremony, went over to play that show, and they still came there at their wedding. That's the
Yeah, they showed up in the wedding dress, man.
Yeah, they
That's
just showed up fully
sick.
decked out. Oh, it made me feel so special.
Dude, that's sick as fuck. Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was very. It was,
Some drunk
and
dude. That's
to
Ethan
be
White.
fair, he wasn't. He got more drunk there because everyone was like, "Oh, you got married? Shot."
Oh my God.
So he was just like, "Oh, fuck."
Bottle is the
So he literally told us the other day, he goes, "I don't even remember you guys playing."
I hear it.
I was like, fair, because I was asking him about it. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I mean it was loud."
It was
It was loud. So I was like,
agreed. That's probably one of the louder shows we've ever played.
yeah, it was fun. We brought our own sound guy and stuff for it. It was really cool.
Yeah, that's
So,
sick, dude.
Shout out to Richie Brandon, best
Oh, yeah.
sound guy in Knoxville.
Richie.
Hey, real quick, did we actually say a song name? Do we want to?
We can. Oh yeah, we never really answered
Say
that.
the music video.
Yeah, so our music video song is called "Cursed Eternal," and that's
Okay.
probably like currently. I gotta tell you, it bounces,
Changes,
right?
but-
Like, we all
Yeah.
pretty much like "Cursed Eternal."
We chose it for the music video, so I'd say that's
Yeah.
a good one to say.
We literally were like, which song was it gonna be? And it was gonna be "Father of the Abyss," and then we were like, "Cursed Eternal."
I feel like as we got closer to the final version of Cursed Eternal,
Yeah.
we were all like,
And honestly,
that's it.
The very final version of "Cursed Eternal" is even better than when we shot the music
Right,
video. Like we
yeah.
added a bunch more stuff, and it was like, oh, this is
super
awesome.
excited about it. It sounds awesome.
Yeah.
Personally, it's the one that has my favorite subject matter as well.
Yeah. And we can say those things. We don't have to hide them. So, like, I mean, if you want to know what the songs are about,
Hey, it's up to you, man. I ain't gonna make y'all pry on nothing,
Does
you
anybody
know.
else want to know?
Big drop.
and-
Oh, I'm
and people
fucking
in the
sure.
chat actually want to know.
Yeah.
You just had a dude fucking spamming die for the guild. I'm sure there's somebody in here that wants to
Yeah,
listen
if
to
somebody wants to know what the subject matter is of the Pure Dark, we'd be happy to let you know. Just
Yeah.
like, but we're not going to tell you unless you ask.
Yeah.
So,
Try it out. Let's go.
Have you guys had a fucking terrible memory with the band? Maybe a bad venue or
Yeah,
I was,
every time we've ever tried to play fucking Nashville. Like,
Really?
Every time.
for
Like,
some reason, it just doesn't work.
it doesn't work. In any band I've ever been in. I've never had a good show in Nashville. We played with Chelsea Grin last year, which is an amazing show.
Great.
We're supposed to play with Chelsea Grin there, and then the next day with the Acacia Strain in Knoxville. And when we went to Nashville, I broke 2 fucking strings. Like once in sound check, and then once at the end, like when we were playing. And I have never broken strings live, but one other time. And then I was like, I can't believe this is
So
happening.
it's 2 and 1 to go.
And then we left our backtrack stuff like in Nashville, and we were supposed to play with the Acacia Strain the next day. So then we had to like source stuff locally. Which shout out to Divisive because they brought us our stuff
again.
like the following weekend because they were playing here.
what
If they were
guys?
playing there, we'll bring it, but they couldn't bring it that day, so we had to like makeshift our like tracks to be able to like for our drummer to have click and everything, and it was just a nightmare. And then and then so that happened. That show it wasn't a terrible show, but just the vibe and everything was just not. It was rough. It was rough.
Timing and everything just wasn't working with us. It was just not. We
Yeah.
had a lot of issues that day. And
I was-
currently now we're supposed to play tomorrow.
Supposed to play tomorrow, and then half our members have COVID.
Yeah, and
So
it's just,
what-
not their fault or anything, but
Yeah, it's just like we're cursed to play, and it's
Right.
like we could not be playing a better show tomorrow in Nashville. If you're in Nashville and you're not going to that show at the end tomorrow, you're an idiot. I mean, it's Destination, Hard Reset, Divisive. It was supposed to be us. Well, it's now.
That's like heavyweights for Nashville.
Yeah, I've wanted to play the Hard Reset for like a year. So like I'm just
Damn, that sucks. Yeah.
And it's Destination's first show, and we tried to get them to come play that headliner we were just talking about from the Reset. We tried to get them to do it, but they couldn't do it. And then, which fair. So then this is like their first actual show in Nashville. So I was like, man, everyone's gonna fucking be there. Show's only $8. Go to the show.
Yeah, it's $8 It is Nashville. Nashville's better though than Atlanta. Fuck Atlanta, dude.
Josh, you can't. Josh is in the chat saying he'll wear a mask. Josh, I'm not getting code from you, so that you'll kill my wife later because she'll catch it. Like, it's not gonna happen. It's like, she would kill me. It's not happening. I don't want to die. So just get better. No one, not to make you feel bad. It's not your fault. It's just our curse of trying to play.
We say whoa broski about hopefully not Atlanta. Fuck Atlanta. I hate fuck Atlanta. That's all I gotta say. I'm not. Us Georgia folks need to deal. Look, I understand. I'm a Georgia folk, okay, but listen, fuck Atlanta. I don't give a shit what you gotta say, bro. I almost die every fucking time I pass through Atlanta, dude. I'm not doing it.
There's a comment. The comment says the guild need to come here. We're coming there. We're coming to Georgia twice this year.
Yeah.
We have.
Well, we'll tell you about the other one later, but we are playing Gainesville, Georgia, on the 30th.
This month.
Yeah, we're playing Knoxville the day before, then we're playing Gainesville the 30th.
Oh, 30th of this month?
Could be better by then. So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to come to that.
You should, yeah. I'm excited. It's at Blackstrap, right? Isn't that where it's at? Blackstrap Music Hall. And that venue looks cool. I've never played, and we're playing with Of Ancients, and I should probably pull the flyer from you also on that.
Yeah, that would be sick.
We have so many shows currently booked, but I can't.
Really difficult to keep up.
We haven't even announced half of the shows we have booked. So I'm just kind of like, I keep getting them mixed up.
We got a lot going on the rest of this year. We kind of booked ourselves pretty heavy.
Yeah, and then this month particularly too.
If you guys want to, it seemed like people wanted y'all.
Legacy is playing. Used to be Legacy and Written.
Yeah.
I played with them in my old band. They're great. And then
it is all ages. It is all ages.
First one dies, and then Of Ancients. It's $15 at the door. Starts at 7. So I think we're co-headlining. I don't know for sure.
Oh, that'd be sick.
The flyer makes it look that way, but I don't know.
It also looks like people were pretty interested in knowing what that song was about that you were talking about.
Curse Eternal.
Okay.
So if you want, I have to piss. I'm about to bust. So I have my headset. You can go ahead and talk there. Everybody's going to listen. I'll be right back.
Okay. Mark, you want to tell everybody what the song's about?
I can take the reins on that one. Okay, so Cursed Eternal is about Bloodborne. Specifically, it's more about the Hunter's Dream DLC. There's like 4 different character perspectives I kind of cycle through. There's Ludwig the Holy Blade. There is Lady Maria. There is Gehrman. And then there is Lawrence the First Vicar. And basically, it's not like I'm trying to give like a synopsis of the plot of the story of the DLC. It's pretty convoluted, like any From Software lore is. So I can't say that like it's like a direct. You're not going to be able to look at the lyrics and go, I know exactly what happened in the DLC. It's not going to work like that. But I guess it's more to try to explain their character perspectives. And like Richie was talking about earlier, the Pure Dark, from like when they approached me to work on writing the songs, it was like, we want you to address things from a character perspective, from the point at which a character like mentally breaks or they go past a threshold that they can no longer come back from. And I tried to kind of show what that representation would be like for those different characters. It's also my favorite game, so it was a labor of love. A labor of love on that one for sure.
That's definitely like what we try to do as the band, is like the music is really about, things that we're games and IPs that we're really passionate about. And that was one of the great things when Mark joined the band, is that we were like, hey, this is just what we do. You know what I mean? And like, it was cool to be able to give him something that he was super passionate about.
Something that he
from the riff, it was easy.
And there was a couple that he didn't of the other song that you didn't know.
At least one prominently that I had to learn.
And which is my favorite one.
Yeah,
that's what we did.
Exactly. Yeah,
and then I was like, buddy, sit down. I'll tell you a story.
You really fucking did.
I was like, let me tell you a story about the best video game of all time. So like we did a whole thing about that, and that's one I think for all of us right now. That one I'm mentioning is the one that we were like, it could be my favorite right now.
Yeah,
but I think that's mainly because we just got the final mix of that. So
we were all like,
so we were like, oh my god. You know,
that one in its full vision is so different from what it was
Every-
when we originally demoed it to.
Oh,
that one has taken more life than the rest of them have.
Yeah.
which is saying a lot because I think all these songs are quite different than
Agreed.
anything that we've done.
Yeah, and honestly, the demos. One of the things that we've gotten to a point with writing that we try to demo things as close to what the finished product is going to be, so that way we know like it should just be this but better. You know, like just this but better, like synth sounds better. You know, whatever we need. So like, it's really cool to do that and feel confident. So it still is awesome to get blown away by a song after it's like, oh, this is the way it's going to sound, and then we get back up next and we're like, oh my gosh, this wasn't my favorite song, and now it's my favorite song.
Yeah, I feel you.
It be this good. It's great.
Yeah.
Own worst critic. Own worst critic.
Someone says you're a sick addition to the band, and that father's of his slaps.
That
And
boy
when are you
Mark.
getting the guild on vinyl?
That boy Mark.
You will get the guild on vinyl when more than you want it.
Yeah.
Because vinyl is hella expensive. We don't even have CDs.
I
man.
mean, Pure Dark is sick on a vinyl. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but
I would love to do vinyl, but I don't want to keep 40 of them in a box for me.
yeah.
Like I mean, they have to sell. You know what I mean?
Just
We might
do pre-orders.
Do what?
Do pre-orders. Already get the orders booked and then order the motherfuckers.
Speaking of pre-orders, we have a pre-order open for a bunch of merch on our website right now. It ends at the end of the month, so I can, we did like 2 full months, so that way people can book or rent or buy whatever else is it. They can buy it. But we've got freaking shorts on there, which honestly these shorts were these guys were the inspiration. So they're like this, they're like cloth shorts. And like I'm very excited about those. So like we have the cloth shorts, got hats that are new hats are gonna be on there, a new shirt, a shirt that the guy who did the album art made for us.
Oh, nice.
Cool, and then the what else? The beanies and stickers and also if you buy the bundle, there's like a bundle we did, which we've never done, and no one has bought the bundle yet. I'm gonna be like honest. But if you buy the bundle, you get the whole album like we're gonna email you a download of the entire record like a day before it comes out.
Oh shit.
So like it's something a little special, and it's not even that much. It's actually cheaper if you want to buy a bunch of stuff if you buy the bundle, because you get like a long sleeve shirt, a short sleeve shirt.
It's a lot.
Like you get a long sleeve shirt, a short sleeve shirt, a hat, and the album, and then you get a sticker. I think is what you get.
It's the holographic.
That is somebody's cue to buy the fucking bundle. Go do it. Please.
Yeah.
It's a lot for your. It's a big thing for you.
Yeah, upsell them. Keep upselling. Go for it. Keep upselling.
We're trying to buy a new van, so like if
Word.
Anything anybody buys is just putting money in our pocket to be able to play more shows.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We'll keep the banana hammock in mind.
Yeah. Banana hammock would be sick.
Summer.
I'd buy a vinyl on a banana hammock for sure.
If we do it, you gotta show up to a show with only banana hammock. Yeah.
Ooh.
Or Mark will play a show in the banana hammock.
We do all ages shows. Let's make sure. I don't know. We need to figure out some specifics.
We do all ages, but not big. We'll pick.
Oh, Christ's sake.
Yeah, we'll send you a Mark toe pick if you buy a bundle. Someone wants to toe pick for the bundle. So.
Shit, you can get plenty of those whenever this video is posted on YouTube. Just use that snipping tool. You'll have plenty.
Easy.
Right.
Absolutely.
Easy.
Listen, big toe, that's a special color, baby. That's an extra charge.
Damn. Damn.
Yeah. I guess we can move on in questions. What other questions?
Nah, you're good, bro. That's what we're fucking around. I'm down for it. What's we talked about bad venues. What's your dream venue?
Oh man,
there's a couple. I'd say.
I mean, I'd like to play Red Rocks.
Yeah, I fucking knew. If somebody always says Red Rocks, bro.
That Gojira performance there, I've watched that video a million times.
Same.
That's such a sick performance.
My wife went when she visited Colorado, and she just went and bought us a Red Rocks hoodie, which actually I'm wearing it with all the videos of us tracking the music because I stole it. I'm like, I'm taking this because it was winter, and I was like, I'm taking this with me. And I was like, I've seen it in person. I've never been to a show there, and I've never played there, obviously. But like, I would love to play there. Just be able to look up and like, they're fucking mountains. I'm sure it sounds like dog shit because it's outside. Because I would, I mean, if I had ears for it, I'd be down. That's probably good.
Red Rocks is a good one. I'm trying to think of another thing.
I always wanted to play the Palladium because, like, you know, it's a no-brainer. Just every Acacia Strain live video.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I feel like every band's done like a. It's not even that big, but it just looks awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people want to see a lot of. I watch a lot of YouTube live performances. Like the Foundry is a good one. There's one in Philadelphia. I'm thinking the Forum. No.
I don't think I've heard of that one. I mean,
there's one in Philadelphia. The Electric Ballroom.
The Electric Ballroom was an old venue here. I don't know if it's a good thing.
No.
That was the old Valerian here, which is where I saw Whitechapel before they were signed at the Electric Ballroom.
It's not the Electric Ballroom, man. It's somewhere in Philadelphia. Circus Survive played there. It's one of their communities. But I watch a ton of live performances on YouTube, and I see venues all the time that I don't play. So there's no real answer for me. I'd say the Red Rocks is probably good.
I don't have any interesting answer on that, quite frankly. I want to play Stonehenge. If we could play Stonehenge,
Guild at Stonehenge? Holy shit.
Not gonna Guild at Stonehenge.
I think you've made it. God damn.
Yeah, I played. I don't think it's called Backproof anymore, but I played Backproof one time before, and it was super cool. Like really fun, like small stage, but just a really awesome room. I love that.
Chain Reaction.
Oh yeah.
Chain Reaction all
would be
day,
incredible,
dude.
yeah.
I would love to play Chain
Please
Reaction.
let me play Chain Reaction.
Yeah.
I want Whitechapel and Suicide Silence on it.
Yeah.
Because then everyone will be there. Spike. Yes. Yeah, that'd be great.
That would be sick.
We're happy to open that show.
Yeah.
Flaccid, you took my fucking question, you asshole. It's okay. Well, somebody you plan on a dream opening
The Electric
play
Factory.
for?
Josh said it. The Electric
Oh,
Factory.
yeah,
That's what I'm thinking of in Philadelphia, I think.
Okay, so like
Somebody you dream for opening
our
for.
ultimate dream like tour lineup would be, or our ultimate like who we just want to open
You can give whatever answer you'd like, honestly.
for. Fred, you give yours. I have to think about it.
Like as a person?
Well, it's like our band. Who would you want us to open up for? Like your for a dream for you.
Dude, for us? I mean, I guess you
For you personally, it doesn't have to be for the. It doesn't have to be good for the band. Who do you want to open for?
That's tough. Well, Spite would be a cool one.
That would be sick.
Honestly, the entire lineup in this upcoming European tour that Die Art's doing would be a dream lineup. I feel like.
Yeah.
That's Die Art.
Whitechapel,
Spite, Different Autopsy, and then like us. That would be like.
That is a pretty beefy lineup, I'm not gonna
That
lie.
is.
It's pretty insane.
In. I'd love to. That would be a good one.
Yeah.
I don't know if N stands would love us, but that would be fun. I would love to play with them, but I don't know if they would. I don't know if their fans would like us.
Maybe.
Yeah, well, you never know.
What about you?
I mean, honestly, if I think about what singular band would mean most to me to open up for, it is genuinely Whitechapel, and I got to do that.
Yeah, you're gonna get to do it again.
And thank God, you know, like
That's cool.
it is truly the most singular, influential, heavy band, even really, that I could think of that made me want to do this shit. Getting to open for them was fucking
Man, it would be terrible for us, but like not terrible. It probably wouldn't be terrible for us, but if I had a choice, that would be like my favorite band that I would run for. Would probably be the Black Dog. Like I know their fans would not give a fuck about us. So like, I mean they have fans that like that sort too. Yeah, but it is also just like they're the gods of deathcore metal. You know, more death metal than core, but like man. The Nocturnal album changed my whole perspective on life. It came out when I was like 17, 16, and I was just like, this is it. This is what I want to do. And I don't do that because I'm not that good. But they are fucking great. I mean, but it was like a dream tour for us. Obviously, like, I'd want Knock Loose to headline because they're just crazy right now. And they put on one of the best fucking shows.
amazing. Yeah.
So like Knock Loose, maybe the Acacia Strain, Fit for an Autopsy, and Whitechapel, which I mean I don't know who would headline this. I mean, this is like,
it'd be crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess on a more general level of like overall the dream. I mean, obviously to make a living off of it would be kind of cool.
Yeah,
Just,
for sure.
Just not have to.
I mean, we all like to open for Metallica.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It may not be a fun.
dude, I'd like to open for Tyler the Creator. I'd like to play a show with Deadpool. But like that shit's
How insane! I think that would work. I really think that would work. I think.
Well, you know that Knock Loose did that tour with Suicide Boys a few years ago. That was
Which, that's insane.
It would pop off. So.
Yeah, that's insane. Suicide Boys knock loose. Jesus.
Traders would be cool. Whoever said Traders, that would.
Josh said that. That was Josh.
No,
Josh's answer was trade would be Traders.
That's not Josh. That's Bat something.
Oh,
Josh is Bad Time Panda. I don't know.
Oh,
Bat.
okay.
Whoever Bat something.
That's Bat. That's Bat Daddy, man. Get the name.
Yeah. But yeah, Traders is sick too. I mean, I would be down to play it like with them. They're super great. I really got into.
Josh just slipped up on the motorcycle social.
Wait, oh yeah, I mean, God, Slipknot would be cool.
Dude,
Yeah.
Yep. You already know.
That would be cool.
And he said Counterparts. Counterparts is sick. Yeah.
That's one of mine and Josh's like favorite bands, and like I love them so much.
The man's got tattoos on his legs of it.
Yeah, he's got the Not You. But yeah, Slipknot is literally like, who wouldn't want to open for Slipknot?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Like, it's so funny seeing Corey Taylor at like these small fucking like shows you never think you would see somebody like Corey Taylor at. Like just some random show up in like New York with 40 people. He's like, yeah, this is sick.
Hey, I'm gonna make a controversial statement that I made to Fred yesterday. He'll grade me. But that Paleface Swift band, is that what they're called? Paleface? They are just a heavier Slipknot. Let's just be honest. Listen to some of their music. It is Slipknot with heavier breakdown, like more breakdowns.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
I can see that.
If any of you in the comments disagree with me, you're lying to your fucking selves. Because that literally they do the and Joey Jordan's like snare rolls. Don't lie to yourself. It's
Remember that these people need to send you money, okay? So just don't get controversial on them, okay?
I will die on the hill of that because I had never heard of them, and then I was like, I want to check this out because all my friends are into it.
That said it's true though.
Yeah, I wanted to listen to them, and I was like, this is just Slipknot. Like, it's just heavier Slipknot, which I'm totally down for. But I was like, everyone, please stop acting like they're like, I don't know. The way everyone was talking about it, they're like the best band. And they are so good. I love them. They're great.
Also, Josh
but
said,
it's Slipknot.
Josh said Slipknot, but he said he covered Psychosocial, which you haven't done before.
Yeah, we did that on our like second show ever, and it was fine. Tyler messed up the vocal quality, and I'll forever, ever, never forget that he messed up.
I would love to do another.
Did he sing the chorus? No. We were hoping people in the crowd would make it. That was 2015 Guild, man. That was early. Oh, Kubla Khan is a good one.
Kubla Khan, yeah, that'd be insane.
I saw them at LBD Fest or LDB Fest or whatever it is in Kentucky, and they literally just incredible. Like I loved it. He ate a banana on stage.
Motherfucker ate a banana.
It was the best.
What do you do?
Bro's got to get his potassium.
Dad up on stage every night, just like gonna change your oil in the driveway, like but then just the funniest guy and the most intimidating guy I've ever seen in my fucking life. You know what I mean? I love that guy. He's so funny.
He needs his potassium, bro.
You gotta have it, bro.
Don't give him shit for the potassium. I guess we're talking about like dream venues. What's something that would hit you?
I'd be down.
What's something one day I guess that would really hit you, kind of like we've made it.
Oh, I don't have to have another job.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, this is what I do now. That's when I'll be like, I've made it. But I mean, even if we got offered great tours tomorrow, and obviously we couldn't all quit our jobs, we'd have to like work around doing both, which is totally fine, and that we're all willing to do, obviously. But like, because if we all know tomorrow, we got to call them like, hey, you guys are gonna open for Lamb of God for 30 days. It's like, cool, I'm quitting my job tomorrow. Like, we're going. I'm checking out Alone on a Better Van, and we're on our way.
We'll do what it takes.
But like, it would for me, it would have to be, I make enough money. Like, and I don't need a lot of money to be super comfortable, but like, it's like I'd have to be where like, oh, I can pay all my bills and not starve. I've made it.
Pretty much,
yeah.
Well, if I take care of the things in my life I need to take care of, and play music.
Honestly, on a personal note, it'll be whenever I get a custom guitar. Like when I get an endorsed custom guitar, I'll be like, I ascended.
Shout out Balaclava.
When I get some individual private vocal lessons, I I fucking made it. I fucking made it.
When you have what is that thing everybody uses to sell like guest spots?
Oh yeah.
Like that's
When you can
that when I have that
when you can make the CJ post from the Ireland that says, "Hey, I have time to do guest vocals, but my rate is really high."
Yeah.
Literally in his post.
Yeah.
That's when you made it. It's like,
Yeah.
I've got time to be on your track, but
Mark gives me vocal lessons every show, so I'm doing all right.
I just
Your
give
friend
you-
does vocals
I
too,
just-
he
I
does
just give you one.
Mark gives me vocal lessons.
he does a lot of vocals on the new record. He never did that. We didn't have that before, so I get Father to the Abyss specifically, if y'all didn't know. That like kinda that part's like like the like chordy straight through part. And it's like that clairvoyance and it's like, you know, highs and lows, highs.
Untethered by
That's Fred
no
and
weakness,
Going back
so
to
humanity.
yeah, that. But
You can see it live. You want to see it live?
you see it live.
Yeah,
It's cool.
I
It's
would-
something
yeah.
we've never been able to do.
Which I'm excited to explore more on new stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever we do next. We
I
kind of
think there's
touched
only
on it.
one song on this project that you're not on. Sorry, I distracted you.
No, that's right. I mean, that's right. It's small parts now, but for the CP. But I'm excited for us to kind of sit together more.
Well, we're not rushing to get vocals written to
Yeah.
put out an album, and we're actually writing songs and work more on the vocals.
We're working on like really fine tuning that, and I'm excited.
I'm excited for it,
too. It's cool stuff to do live as well.
It's awesome when they get to freaking layer
Yeah.
together live. Like that blows my mind. Like we have a live video of you all layering Air to the Serpent, and it's still like the heaviest thing ever. I'm like, that looks so cool.
Yeah,
So,
no, it's
whoever-
badass.
Whoever gave the last
Oh, yeah.
comment.
Shout out, never forget Illustrious Body Divided, Distance from Home, Poser, and Paleface.
Hell blood. Yeah, the
Blood,
fucking yeah.
Amen. Yelled shit.
Along with
They heard me talking shit about Paleface,
Yeah.
which I wasn't.
Yeah. They're good.
I see
Heavily
witness.
influenced-
Long live the
heavily influenced
guild.
Slipknot band from Swiss. Jeez.
From Swiss.
What was the question? We got diverted.
Yeah.
No, you're good, dude. The next one I got is, well, actually, you know, I was curious. You talking about work? What do you guys do outside of the music, man? I know you guys play video games. Clearly,
Yeah.
Like,
Some of
you-
I mean, it's funny because I feel a little bit like a poser, no pun intended, because I play video games, but I'm not. I'm so slow with video games. Like it takes me like a year to beat a game because I'm just so.
He plays a lot of Final Fantasy.
I
He's in it for the long haul.
I'm in it for
ah, so you're a freak. Okay,
I'm a freak. Yeah, freaking
We
yeah.
but she's 1,000 years old.
To answer your question, I don't even know how to explain what I do. Richie used to work with me, but we do live event production. So it's not like every time I say that, people are like, "Oh, so you do concerts and stuff." It's like, nah, not really. I do like corporate events, conferences, like audio, video, staging, like this, all that stuff.
The
I'm
real
like
fun stuff.
it's a brutal industry. I work in the warehouse side of things, so I'm like making sure it all's good to go out and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So nothing too exciting, but it's cool.
I used to work there, but got laid off in the pandemic. 'Cause I was on the road a lot there, but then obviously when that happened, I got I didn't get fired, but I got laid off, and I could have came back, but I didn't. For the last few years, I owned a party rental company, which I closed last month, and I sold because my wife also owns a business called the Skin Cleric Spa and stuff. So if you're in,
I've been serviced.
yeah, if you're in Knoxville and you want to get a really good, like, my wife is literally her whole thing is waxing with your skin healer. She's like magic when it comes to like any of the esthetician stuff. She's been doing it for like 10
Shout out
years.
Castle.
Yeah.
It's great stuff.
And she's also in a sick band called DYI that's really called Do Yourself In, and then she plays bass. She's really good. So, but
Sick.
she owns that business, so we decided to close mine and focus on that. And so currently, I am kind of unemployed, but I'm hoping to hear back from a place. I have a part-time job like at a furniture store right now, but like it's not a permanent deal. But I'm
Yeah.
looking for I've got some lures out, but we'll see.
You catch something.
Yeah, just something to be able to like, pay the bills, but be able to do this more. That's kind of the goal that I'm trying to shift to is be able to do this more full time.
Yeah. It's hard though. It's a hard balance, dude. Shit's so expensive.
I mean, we're definitely upping the ante. Our goal is like last year we only played I think like 9 shows for the whole year, which was like our first shows back from COVID and whatever. So this year we're gonna hit like 20 shows. You know?
Damn.
Like the goal is to the year after do like 40 shows, and then the year, and then hopefully by then we can start doing like actual tours and stuff. You know, that are more like going out with people, not just like playing in our region. That's what we're trying to do right now, is play in our region as much as we possibly can. So if you are a promoter and you want to book us, we're trying to play. And
well, hey, I got a venue in Destin, Florida that would want you guys to play.
That'd be cool. We're playing some Florida dates this year, and we'll talk about those later. But so I love Destin. My sister lives over there, so we did play there. We just crashed at my sister's house.
Here we go.
I'm like, hey, I got 5 sweaty dudes. We're gonna get your shower. Well, Mark, where do you work? Tell them about your job.
What do I do outside of the band? Drugs.
Let's go, yeah. I give a
sense.
round of applause.
No, I work at a factory. There's nothing special to say about it. Pays the bills. I play with my cat. I see my girlfriend. She's still in the chat. Also, I got to piss. I'm really sorry. I got to piss. I'll be right back.
Go piss, dude. He's living the same fucking life I am, dude. I fuck with my cat. I got my girl. She's in here. That's about it.
Yeah, Mark she's in here still. Mark is a professional speaker. Yes, he is.
True.
Absolutely true. Yeah.
Someone asked what our favorite song to play live is.
I'm gonna have to say I think Lord of Hunger might be like.
That's an old one, dude.
It's older, but for some reason, every time I play that song, it's like.
It is fun.
It's muscle memory for me at this point, and the parts are cool. It's heavy in parts.
Man, I don't. If I have it depends, man. Like, so here's a real deal, right? Aaron and the Serpent, for the longest time, has been my least favorite song to play live.
Okay.
Because I feel like it just doesn't hit. Like, people just like they're it's because they're watching, they're not reacting.
Right.
I don't like that, which I know that's kind of the kind of song it is, right?
Yeah.
But like we played it in Kentucky, you know, and people were popping off.
The reaction was
and I was like, this is not how this normally goes. And I was like, no, because I normally, I'm like, cut it from the set. I don't want to play the song. No one's going to care. Or they're just going to stare at me. And I don't like that because I want to see them trying to kill each other. But I would say, man, for me, it is probably either Crowbar.
Crowbar's a good one.
And I hate to say that Baba Yaga isn't, like, I don't like playing that. It's not that I don't like playing it. I do like playing it. But, like, I always forget how good it goes over live until we play it. And then I'm like, oh, yeah.
And there's a lot of times when
People
we'll play
really
it,
like
we're
the
rehearsing it, it'll kick in and we just look at each other and like, man, that just gets every time.
Yeah, and Aaron and the Serpent is a great song. It's just one of those things that I love it. I actually really love it. It's one of my favorite songs we ever wrote, but it's like, just sometimes live it doesn't hit the way I want.
Misses
I
sometimes.
This to be chaos the entire time. I want people to like be just like really into it, you know. And it's kind of the difference, you know, that I see when we play other stuff. But like, because our really really old stuff was more hardcore-ish, I guess. Like not true hardcore, but definitely more on the like 2-step chuggy side. God, shut up. We played 19 twice, and I don't ever want to play it again. It's like 7 minutes long. It's an amazing song, and I love it. I love that song. But 7 minutes live is like an eternity. It feels like I'm up there for 40 minutes on this one song.
What song gets the best crowd response?
I'm gonna guess Crowbar.
Yeah.
Crowbar
or Baba Yaga.
Dude, Crowbar always makes me want to fucking punch a hole through my heart, dude. You know.
Me too, and then I gotta play guitar and it sucks, man. I can't.
It does.
So that Liv Moss comment, I think that's my wife. I don't know if it is or not, but like Liv Moss, it has to be. She's the only one that knows that joke. So like in Father of the Abyss, obviously there's those before the really big breakdown part, the dun dun dun. She's like, and it's not the right song, but like she literally always goes. She goes, that's the Taco Bell, and she's like, Liv Moss. She'll just scream Liv Moss when we're playing it.
So I guess that brings up a cool fun fact.
Don't say that. Let's leave that out. But yeah, she'll yell Liv Moss at the top of the line. But what's your favorite live song?
What's my favorite live song?
Yeah,
he said Crowbar or
probably it's either Crowbar for me or
yeah, dude.
Crowbar or if we're talking new stuff, then it's gonna be probably this.
It's funny you don't know yet, I guess. We played. Oh no, that's not true. We played Father of the Abyss and the Surrender Room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot that.
So yeah, I guess if you're asking me, I'm gonna be. I can't help it. I'm gonna be biased towards the new stuff and say Father the Abyss. Of the older ones, probably Snow. Honestly,
Oh, really?
Overtime Snow has like really.
That's cool.
It's just a great fucking song,
that's
and it
interesting.
always gets a good reaction.
So whenever
it's fun to do, it tests my vocal range.
Yeah, whenever
I can go crazy on
they
that song.
dropped. So I wasn't in the band when they dropped that stuff, and so whenever they dropped Snow and Lord of Hunger, Snow was like, dude, that song was so hard for me. I was so stoked for it. And then I guess it's funny how it changes because as I've been in the band and I played them live, Lord of Hunger has absolutely grown on me. Like
Lord of Hunger Live is fun as
so
fuck
hard.
every single time.
Snow is
Every
fast.
single
It's
time.
got riffs. It's
Because
got
I added that phaser effect, right? That's why you guys
It's
do it.
amazing. It's
I-
amazing.
Lord of Hunger has shifted for me. It's like definitely one of
I think I think of the two pretty similarly, I guess, and I think I have.
I just been playing
think
that
so.
song.
Oh, that's a good question. Which is the better Batman song, Crowbar or Crucible? I'm Crowbar. I say. Crucible goes over live extremely well though.
We don't really play that anymore, but yeah, it's like
Thank you, Pearl.
it's early. That's like the second song we ever put out was that song. It's a good song, but I would rather play Crowbar.
Yeah. Death Touch said Omnicrisis is also disgusting, which it is.
We
I
played
fucking
that.
love
The last time we played
Omnicrisis.
that live was our headliner at the conference thing.
Yep.
And
It went over well too.
it went over well too. That song's great.
Well, obviously you can look at our Spotify and we like the one you're playing, whatever you're playing right now. That's we re-recorded like 3 songs from that, and we did it just to like throw it on there. What?
You laughing at?
She gotta shut the fuck up.
Cover any Creed song.
I love you. Shut up.
Well, have you ever listened to the Showdown?
Shut the
No.
fuck up, Richard.
Have you ever listened to,
Oh,
go
God.
listen to the Showdown's cover of "Carry On My Wayward Son." It is the best cover of any fucking old song you ever hear.
Okay, wait. There's a cool one. Pop Goes the Guild Volume 1. What song would we cover?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm not a pop person.
Mr. Brightside.
And I don't know.
That's a tough one too. Yeah, that'd be. I loved the Pop Goes Punk whenever I was.
Yeah, I mean, those were fun.
Those were awesome. They were just fun. Sometimes they were hit or
Well,
miss, but
I did have a question of like if you guys were forced to get out of metal and play a different genre, you're forced to pick something, what would you pick?
Pop punk.
Pop punk?
I was never into pop punk at all. Honestly.
I love pop punk.
I've never been into pop punk either.
I mean, prior to
Like-
being in the guild, I was a metalcore guy. So I mean, I guess that counts. Maybe.
I would want to play like Story So Far. I'm a dumbass, right? I'm just literally like, yeah, just into another very small subgenre.
You know what?
I'm like, that makes no money.
I'm gonna agree with that. Like if I wasn't playing metal in general, I'd play something like Circus Survive,
Yeah,
Harvard,
Same.
Ghost Atlas, any of that.
Yeah.
Like,
Now, if I was good enough, which I'm not, if I was good enough, I'd be
Uh-huh.
an Alan Jackson tribute band. And that's no joke. That's no joke. That guy fucking. I'm not that good. I could never play those songs. I couldn't do it, but I would do it. And my wife would hate it, but I would do it. I'd play Pop Top every night.
Dude said
I
math
love-
rock? Math rock would be sick. Fucking guild polyrhythms? Holy shit. That'd be
I love
insane.
Plagiarizing, but we would never do something like that. Never. It
I
would
think
be-
you
No, we
should.
would never do that.
Just for
I
shits and
love
giggles.
Through and through.
Yeah, we're if anything, we're going in the opposite
Opposite
direction.
direction.
Like, no, we gotta be grosser
Yeah.
and stupider.
He helps that a lot. He's good.
He literally looked at me yesterday and goes, "So I want you to embody black." And I was like, I don't know. Like that's a little too much for me. Maybe for a part, you know.
Just fucking.
Yeah, but not. I can't do a whole song like that. And our drummer would probably be like, "Oh yeah, we need Black Tongue." He loves Black Tongue right now, so I'm sure if he is listening, or does watch this, he'll be like, he'll literally go, "You know, write some Black Tongue riffs."
Yep.
Like that.
Flat tongue it is. Yeah.
Gotta keep Mark and him separate so that that's not what we become.
Burner said Mark is 100% a rapper. I could see it.
Hey, there's some parts on this
I'll
new
take
stuff.
Bro got the chain and the fucking rat tail, bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. There's some parts on this new stuff. Mark goes pretty hard on some of this stuff. It's pretty fast stuff, I think. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite parts, honestly, is where Marcos goes.
I do like to do little fast sections.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty sick.
If I did any music otherwise, I don't know. Like Poser already scratches all
An
the
itch,
itches
yeah.
that this doesn't scratch for me. But otherwise, I would love to be in a little like indie sort of band. I love to be in a little Men I Trust, Mac DeMarco sort of kind of fucking band.
That'd be cool. That'd be a cool, like,
that.
dynamic.
Low key singing, because
Yeah.
I'm not that strong of a singer, and it'd be easy on
Yeah.
me. And I don't
Have
know,
you-
I could flex a whole different side of lyrical shit that I can't do with any of this. It'd be cool.
Have you guys ever heard of Zeal and Ardor or
I have, but I really
Night
haven't
Verses?
Who?
Night Verses?
Oh, yeah.
I've heard of the name, but I don't think I've ever.
Not, is, are you talking about the instrumental band Night Versus?
No, they have a couple like lyric songs, but they have some instrumentals. But it's weird. It's that indie pop, but also they get into the metal. Same with like Zeal and Ardor. Zeal and Ardor are very fucking weird. Mark gonna put Hunt the Dinosaur to shame, bro. I was thinking the same fucking thing. Hunt the Dinosaur Guild. That's crazy.
Oh, fuck, I can't keep up with that shit.
No, man.
Yeah, I think actually I'm gonna have Hunter on here soon. I think you should come do a rap battle with him.
Oh my god.
See, why do you want to ruin me before I?
That would be a great
Why do you wanna-
that would be a great contest, bro. Do it.
It would be good content.
It would
Would
be
be
good.
good.
It would be good content.
Just we won't give Hunter time to prepare. We'll give you time to prepare though.
He doesn't need time to prepare.
Yeah,
He
it's-
already wrote it.
Look, I'm giving you a chance, man. Just take the fucking chance.
Me every day going.
Yeah, he does that. You start seeing that eye roll, it's fucking over, bro.
Oh, dude, the eye roll is done.
He's
My
over.
career's over. 500 Facebook posts. This guy fucking sucks.
Try not to cry challenge. Listen to Cope by Poser and make it the breakdown without crying.
It's such a good song. Underrated banger, dude. That song is so good.
Oh,
So good. I love
thank
it.
you. Whoever posted that, I'll kiss you right on your fucking lips.
Yeah.
I swear.
Backburner 10, whoever that is. It's about to start all over.
The Cope
The
challenge.
Coke challenge. is awesome.
Oh my god.
I listen to it every night before bed and cry.
All right, so this is going to be personal for all three of you. I want an answer from all three of you. What is one thing you personally want humanity to come together as a whole and accomplish one day? It could be as big or small as you want.
That's a hard question.
Like a wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
That you
One
want
thing
to
that
say-
you want humanity to come together as a whole and accomplish together. Like I said, it could be anything as big or small as you want. Could be fucking stop parking tickets or world peace. Like, there's no in between.
Oh man.
Ethan, I
If-
should have known.
If we can all come together and use our fucking blinker.
Bro, BMWs are fucking scolding right now.
I'm gonna be totally honest. Every day of my life, I experience people who don't use their blinker, and I see red. It's bad. It's so bad. That's my small. That's my small. I'll go with that one.
Man.
I feel that. Zero ping. Yeah, that'd be fucking nice, wouldn't it?
Christ's sakes.
I don't know. That's a hard question.
That is a hard one. Yeah.
It is a hard one. That's why I like it. It puts you on your fucking toes. You gotta think about it.
Yeah. Well, it's like, do I want to give a real serious answer, or do I want to?
Dude,
I mean,
you should have seen the fucking stream that I had the other night. He motherfucker was diving into the world. So
I mean, there's a lot wrong with the world, obviously.
whatever you want, bro. Like I said, big or small as you want. I do not give a shit.
I mean, the first thing would be that everyone admits that pale-faced is a. Sounds like
The first.
the first thing. Then
The first
then,
priority.
then probably will. But you know, I mean, that's a shitty answer. But like, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, it's hard to get real into that because like, there's so many like small things wrong with just our country alone, like our single country that can be fixed. And I don't like to get political about like stuff involved when I'm in with the band because it's not, you know.
That's not what we're about.
That's not what we're about. I mean, we definitely take stances on specific things, like, you know, obviously, like women's rights, you know, trans rights, all those things. Are things we take a stance on. Like, yeah, this is it. But like, I mean, really, that's probably my main thing is just like let people be people, and
True.
it doesn't fucking if you are not being hurt by the choices of someone else, like actually hurt, not just hurt in your pride or your beliefs or whatever, then just move the fuck on.
Yeah.
Like, we all need to let everyone enjoy this one life that we get. We get one life, and we should all just be able to enjoy it. As long as you're not doing harm to someone else or whatever, it shouldn't fucking matter.
Like imagine just derailing someone's life because
you don't agree with what.
Yeah.
As long, like you don't agree with a life choice they made, that's their choice, and it's like, or just because of the way they were born or something. It's like, just get the fuck over it.
Yeah.
That's my whole thing. Is like we should all come together because we're all people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Good answer. I like that answer.
So that's it for me, probably.
Free guild toe picks. Yep, I can fucking second that one.
On the road. That's it, man. I don't like bicycles on the road either. That's only because bicycles pretend like they are real vehicles, and it's like, bro, you're not a real vehicle. Like, please get over there, get out of the way. What's your answer, Morgan?
Let's see, my answer to that. Like, I don't know. I think, again, like you said, if I'm going to have a more political conversation with somebody, I prefer to have that one-on-one. Because I think if you do that through an online discourse, it always feels shitty. And I don't know, it's like you never really get to say anything meaningful. And I also don't want the band's, I don't want my politics to shape the band's politics because I have a lot of strong feelings with that.
For sure.
But maybe I'm thinking too pretentiously about it. But you asked me a deeper question, so I'm going to think about it. Like, I would like a society that is geared towards self-actualization. So that's like a psychological concept of you're getting to use your full ability to try to achieve, like, flow states and using yourself in the most creative and artistic sort of fashion. And, like, that's what society would be engineered towards, propelling you towards. Like, and the focus on achieving that would be, like, you overcome individual needs. So, like, you don't have to really worry about, like, food and shelter and all like the basic shit that humans just need to survive. Like, basically, we could live an existence that's past those base human needs. That would be rad. That'd be real cool. I think. That'd be pretty cool.
Give people basic human necessities and let them fucking live.
Yeah. What if we could actually just for real, sincerely live? Like, what if human development wasn't worried about primarily focused on just surviving? That would be pretty sick. That would be pretty.
That's a pretty good. I like that answer.
Dude, my fucking city, I just learned this today from like a cop that works here, just passed a thing, an ordinance of no urban camping, which is basically making homeless people just illegal.
That's right. That's
how the fuck does that? Like, here's a ticket for urban camping. It's like, cool. I can't pay this ticket, bro.
Yeah, charge the man with $0.
Where are you from?
In the chat.
You're in Chattanooga?
Well, I'm in Georgia technically. It's like I'm like touching chat. I can throw a rock into chat right now.
I'm from that area, so that's why I was asking.
Oh, I'm in Fort Oglethorpe.
Yeah, I'm from like 30 minutes from there. Chatsworth over there?
Yeah, Chatsworth. Hell yeah.
Bad town.
Yeah, no, Chatsworth is fucked. Yeah.
Chatsworth is coming to this carpet mill to die.
Yeah, well, or you could start getting into fucking Las Vegas right there with Chattanooga, good old Rossville, if you know anything about that. Fuck that.
Dude, yeah, no thanks.
Shout out the deli. The fucking deli. Rip the deli. God damn.
Shout out the deli, for sure.
Oh, I miss the deli, bro.
We all miss the deli.
Damn.
I don't know who that is, but...
Chatsworth gang. Nah. Damn. Rip the deli. Moment of silence for the deli, honestly. I miss that shit.
Yeah, George. Yeah, shout out George.
Shout out George, for sure.
Deli was sick. I only went there like a couple times, but it was fucking sick.
I saw fucking Stray from the Path there, and it was one of the best shows I've ever seen. And I saw KoopaCon. I played with KoopaCon there when they were nobody.
I saw Hunt the Dinosaur, Left to Suffer, and Bro Job were all in one lineup at the deli.
Wait, you say KoopaCon? I also played with KoopaCon.
I am Fred, 6'6", tall, dark, and handsome lover. Bro, what the fuck?
That sounds about right. Yeah. I wouldn't expect
that boy Fred on that Final Fantasy grind, bro.
That's not for me.
I mostly just heard you never talk to me about it.
Wow, that was a good deep dive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Hey, it's all about getting to know y'all. You know what I'm saying? So,
wow, they're fucking. They haven't been around a while, I think.
Roswell, New Mexico, ripped her Ashley down.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
What is one question for the next band No matter how stupid it is, it can be the stupidest fucking question ever.
I got this.
Okay.
I got this.
If it's not, is pale face copy. That's it for me.
Is your favorite candy bar the Zero Bar?
Yes. Yes.
Is your what
What is your
now?
opinion on the Zero Bar?
Yeah,
The true reason we're on this fucking podcast. right
Ask
now.
them how they feel about the Zero Bar.
It's a reverse Snickers. Terrible branding.
Don't
Have you
steal my line.
have you
Don't
ever
steal my
have you
line.
ever actually even ate a Zero Bar?
No, I've not even fucking heard of a Zero Bar, dude. What the fuck is that?
Google it. Google a Zero
I
Bar.
am. I'm looking that up right now.
It looks like a mint chocolate like piece of shit candy bar, but it's incredible.
It's not that.
It's a great candy bar.
It's
Ew.
basically a white chocolate Snickers.
Yeah, this is the way you phrase the question. Here's how you phrase them the questions. I asked the entire band this question. This is how we got on the Zero Bar bullshit in the first place. It's you walk in. It's the end of the world. It's the apocalypse, and you're walking into a gas station looking for something to eat, and there's only one candy bar on the shelf. What candy bar is it? And everyone will say a Zero Bar because no one buys it. And then you say, "Have you fucking ever ate?"
Because they're crazy. Because
And
they're
then-
fucking wrong.
We bought 4 king size Zero Bars just so that everyone in the band could try it. And it was like, and no one in the band was like, "This is bad." Everyone was like, "Wow, this is actually fucking tight." So
It was really good.
open your fucking mind.
Richard bought us. Came to practice one day and bought us all one.
Yeah.
And we all tried it, and it was. I was like, wow, I cannot believe I've never had this before.
She's goddamn right. Marcus loves a Zero Bar.
You did. He
They
was
were
the
not
man.
engaging.
I'm
in
trying
this
to-
Zero Bar
We
discourse
were
before
not,
I was
yeah.
here.
We came in
Okay,
the fold.
I'm sorry, but I need to put my fucking foot
No,
down.
it was you. It was
Y'all need to eat a goddamn Zero Bar. Okay.
Oh, that's not
I'm trying to get a fucking picture of a Zero Bar here.
Candy bar, I will fuck you up.
I'm trying to save a picture so I can put it on the fucking screen because it looks disgusting.
ugliest candy bar.
You have to try. You have to seriously promise me that you will try a Zero Bar the next time you go. Because you'll look at it and you'll be like, "This looks like a. It's a terrible branding."
What's up, John?
I think the branding's cool.
No, it looks like it looks like
a Diet Coke.
it looks like a dog turd that's been sitting in the yard until it turned white.
No, it's a great candy bar. It really is. Like literally, if they were to just change the wrapper to look like Zero from fucking Mega Man, then people would buy it.
That's true.
But it's literally because it looks like a fucking Diet Coke can, and everyone's like, "Oh, that's clearly mint." You look at that and you think candy. You think silver makes you think
like
mint,
peppermint patties. Those
and
are York
that's
peppermint
why. Like, yeah, it looks like a York peppermint patty, and no one wants fucking a York peppermint patty.
I love a York peppermint
Not all the
patty.
time, no.
You guys
It's
are
not your number
crazy.
one.
patties. Not a fan.
I'm
No,
not a fan of that. But
Zero bar.
there's no way there are Mountain Dew hot dogs, bro.
Dude, you won't.
that sounds awful.
What the fuck?
Zero bar.
Zero bars are great.
It's all the fuck out. I don't. Alright, I'm
Try
sorry.
a Zero bar. Don't.
Oh, no,
Don't
There
be
was
a
an
sheep.
actual question there. I'm
Don't
sorry, we
be a
got
sheep.
very
The question
distracted.
was what?
What?
Yeah,
what
yeah,
ask
yeah,
next
yeah,
band?
yeah.
Don't forget. Ask the next band.
Say what's the candy bar that
Yeah,
you would
what
not last candy bar you would see in a gas station? It's the end of the world. What's the last candy bar you're taking?
Yeah.
And they're gonna
Last
say
candy bar. Okay.
I'm telling you, it's a great question. And then when they say a Zero bar, say have you ever had one? And they'll say yeah, a long time ago, which means they didn't, which means they're a fucking liar.
Yeah.
Like try one. It's good.
That
I'm
is-
sorry to steal your thunder, Marcus, but I'll die on this hill.
No,
Yeah, I'm the one that brought it up. I was like, dude,
I'm
dude,
glad that you guys respected Zero Bar.
What the heck?
I'm glad that I brought that change to you. I just want to take credit for it.
Yeah, that's all him.
I just
It
want to
wasn't
take
me.
credit.
Shit, I'm just
The
trying to
only
get a
started
picture of
because
these
I was asking-
fucking hot
everyone
dogs,
was saying
dude.
Zero bar was their answer, and then I asked you, and you didn't say a Zero bar. I think you said like a Mounds bar or something. I can't remember what you said.
Hey, Mounds are
and then
good.
But I hate it, man.
Yeah, and then I
Probably right.
and then I said, well, everyone says Zero bar. And you're like, Zero bar is great, and then you talked me into like, you gave me the speech about how good it was, and I was like, well, I'm gonna go get one, and I got one. I was like, God damn, this man's the truth. Like,
It's a
don't-
reverse
It's a
Snickers.
reverse
It's a reverse Snickers.
I'll have to get one now. I work at a fucking Walmart, so I should be able to find a Zero bar, hopefully.
Yeah, they'll have it. They'll have it.
Because I've never fucking seen one, and I am probably going to. Well, I don't.
It's because you don't pay attention to it. It's like you don't think to look at it.
It's literally the worst marketing that whoever puts that out. I don't know if it's Hershey's or who, but it's the worst marketing. Like, make it look like a fucking Gundam or something. Like, don't make it look like a fucking I don't know. You just don't make it. You don't make it look like that. It doesn't look like it tastes. and that's the truth.
Honestly, if the guild if we could be endorsed by Zero Bar, we would.
I would.
I want a Zero Bar fucking endorsement, and I also want to sell grilled cheeses and call it the grilled cheese.
Bro said Baja Glizzy. Code Red Glizzy. Jesus Christ.
Baja Glizzy. Tell Josh he's a hell of a band.
That's
Dream
French.
Guitars, I like that one.
Yeah, Dream Guitars. That's a good one.
Oh, okay, that's a good one.
It's kind of hard because I'm playing a Prestige right now. I'm in Prestige. Honestly, I can't complain. That thing is my dream guitar. If it wasn't Ibanez though, two picks. It'd either be a custom Gallagher. Obviously, that's cool. I think that's cool. But I don't know why, but Mayones have always stuck out to me as like a sick guitar. Like they're like it's kind of obscure. I see a lot of bigger artists playing them, but I would love if I had to pick. I'd pick a Mayones, but otherwise, as of like the current state of the band, if Gallagher was like, hey, here's you pick a custom guitar, I'd be like, let's go.
Yeah, our drummer has a Valley here, and it's super cool. We use it to track everything.
All the new stuff.
That's sick.
I am a live and die Ibanez boy, but I would also like love a Valley here too. Like if they were like, yeah, we can get them, whatever, I would heavily consider one. But if it's a dream, it's me getting a custom shop Ibanez Prestige, like baritone, reverse headstock, crackle paint job. I don't know what color yet. Probably blue. Maybe you like green. I don't know. But crackle paint job, one pickup. For a live guitar. We're talking live guitar here. One knob, pick guard.
We were just having a conversation about this actually. Like I actually really like the neck pickup for doing cool like.
I don't. We're
even
live.
Live, yeah. But I mean, I guess if I had to go without neck pickup, I could probably do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't play enough. I don't play like super crazy solos. I can't tell you. I don't ever turn it to the neck pickup live, and I personally for solos like the tone that you get from the bridge. I like that more sharp,
larger
pull through. That's just what I do. I don't want. I like the roundness of it for like cleans and whatever, but we don't play cleans that much, so but I don't really need it, So it's like I'm just talking a live guitar, and I want a Black Hawk in there, like what I got in my current guitar, and that would be what I want.
See, I'm not a guitar player. I'm a drummer, but I like Ibanez and Legator. And
Legators are cool.
I have both. I have one of both.
Yeah,
which are both great guitars.
And I want to see an Abasi in person.
I have played an Abasi in person, and they are the hype. The hype was real.
Really? I want to see one so bad, dude.
I played one and was like, I was playing things I didn't think I could play because just how like the
it's because he puts a little bit of his magic in every guitar, so you can play like him.
I wish it would catch and it'd stay, but
your thumb grows by 2 inches every night, and you can get the thump on the fucking 8th string.
Right? Yeah. Somebody mentioned pickups too, though, or was it right? No, amps. Man, that's a good one too.
I mean, I'm pretty.
He's a 5153 guy.
Yeah, I mean, I literally had a 5153 from 2015 until literally last year.
Yeah.
I'm pretty. We just made the move to Kempers. We both did, and like I've been very happy with that. I don't think I would want to change that. Even if I was like, here's unlimited money, get whatever you want. I was kind of like,
it's a tried and true.
I would get a 412 orange. I have a 212 orange, and I would just want a 412
which
orange.
We're talking about possibly
doing, but like that's
amps.
But if it was just any amp, I'd get another Eagle Fireball. 100%. I love my Eagle Fireball. I had one. I sold it. And I still regret it.
It's kind of hard because I haven't really gotten a chance to play on a bunch. But I guess from just popularity alone, I mean the Soldano stuff is cool. I think those are cool amps. PRS makes the Archon, which is a cool amp.
Archon. We used the Archon was the tone for Resurgence.
Yeah.
It was an Archon.
Man. That's hard. That's tough. The PD Invective would be a cool.
I've played one of those. They're cool. I don't know. I'd still be just as happy with the 5150. But I mean, that 5150 is my favorite. If you're talking like just amp, like 5150 is my favorite amp. But I just love the way they sound. Any version. There's not a version of it that I'm like, this sounds bad. Like I literally could play any 6505, 5150, 5151, 2, 3. I didn't love the EL34 version, but that's because I have a 6L6 king, and that's all I want. I don't want an EL34 amp.
You know what you fucking want.
That's what I like. I mean, I just think that EL34s have a little bit more in the mid-range. It's just not what I prefer. Doesn't mean it's bad. It's not what I prefer.
I'll admit, when I'm having tone problems, Mr. Richard here he'll dial right in, and he's gonna be good going in like 5 minutes. He's good at dialing it in.
I like them tones, man.
Yeah.
That's my go-to.
See, I don't know shit about guitars, dude. I'm a drummer, so I'll keep it
I wish
simple.
our drummer's here. He talked your head off. He plays a Tama right
He
now.
has like one. Okay, not to just like toot his horn. First of all, incredible drummer. Like the best drummer I've ever met in person. I think he's so
Very creative.
so good, very
He
creative.
runs a lot of the guitar
He's
stuff first.
so disciplined. He's such a disciplined drummer. But his kit is the Tama Star Classic, I think.
It's the same kit the dude from Counterparts plays right
It's
now.
and it's a
No
it-
word.
every time we play a show. No, not knocking on other bands we play with because they all sound great, but like his kit always stands out to me. Like, and a lot of that I'm sure has to do with his playing too. But overall, like he is just.
And he also plays like
Man.
really good cymbals. He got zildjians
Yeah.
and stuff. So I mean,
Like
he's really dialed in the sound. So like, this new record is actually the first record we've done real drums.
Live
It's the
drums,
first
yeah.
one. So
Wow.
Which was
it
exciting.
sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Like it just made up, and there were things that he changed from demo to the actual drums that we didn't know about until we got final mixes, and then we were like, holy crap, like holy shit, these changes have like changed this whole dynamic of this in such a better way. Like, and it's so that's another thing I'm really excited about. That it's like, it's just so easier now to like do the fake drums, since most people like replace stuff anyway.
Not that we're above it.
No, we're not above it. I mean,
Mhm.
that's literally sometimes what you have to do. But this was just budget wise. Sometimes you just can't do it. But we were able to budget in doing real drums this time, and it was huge. So, and that's the thing. Even if we program, he never programs in it. You can't play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the main thing. If you're lying to yourself when you program drums that you can't do, then you're lying to yourself. But like our drummer really went out of his way to like make the program drums, which we were all very happy with, sounded really real. That when we recorded to, we recorded all the guitars to that, and then he did real drums at the end, and we were like, my God, this is like
Insane, yeah.
Completely
insane.
changed.
Yeah, his snare sounds incredible too. Yeah, whoever said that, like, he has a great snare. It's awesome.
If I don't have my plugs in, my earplugs in, or if I actually hits his snare, it is like jarring. How, like,
That's good. That's exactly what you want. You want to bust
Yeah.
eardrums with your fucking snare.
Yeah, incredible drum.
I've only got one more like real question for you guys. So if anybody else that's watching has another question or two, we can do those before I ask the last one, because we're about finished up. I don't want to keep y'all here for fucking ever. We're about finished up.
Man, we're hanging out.
Yeah, no, hey, we're chilling. I'm taking some sips, but we're good. I also want to mention I could not get that thing that you guys had sent me
That's
working, so
I'll just post it.
I wasn't prepared for it, quite frankly.
That video is sick.
Favorite drink?
I'm a Coke boy. I drink Coca-Cola. It's my only
Oh,
vice.
you're a Coke guy? Come on, man.
I don't drink alcohol really. I will. I'm not like a bud guy. I'm not like these boys that are like, let me
Thanks,
get
Brandon.
alcohol. It's not me. But I don't smoke. Coca-Cola, like I drink way too many a day. Like it's terrible for me, and I need to stop.
I know this is like the lame answer, but water straight up is like. I fucking love it.
That's the answer I would expect you to say, Fred. That's why.
Hey.
And he wonders why we don't like the hazing is never
The
stopped.
hazing will never end, and honestly, as long as I can
He
love
deserves
water the way I want to, I'm fine with it. I
Average
love-
Final Fantasy player.
Honestly, yeah.
No,
Bland.
it's okay though. Water is good. Drink more
What
water.
is favorite Final Fantasy? Final Fantasy.
He knows, yeah. My whole arm is dedicated to it. I've got like all Final Fantasy X stuff. It's cool.
No, drink more water. Everybody needs to drink more water. I get it. It's okay.
That's a fact.
I've just started drinking water again, like a gallon a day. My headaches have reduced. Drink more water. People don't
Yeah.
do that enough.
Agreed.
Someone asked how many new songs on the new EP. So it's an EP, so it means it's not a ton of songs. Unfortunately, I wish we could be giving you guys like 12 new songs or something, but that just wasn't possible. But it's 4 actual songs, and then there's an intro. Which the intro is music, but it's not. Honestly, the intro and the first song are one song.
Yeah, they kind of go into flow into each
So
other really well.
we want to be able to like not have to play the first part if we don't want to. So
Yeah.
like we split it up. But yeah, it's 5 tracks total.
Also, Josh says his favorite drink is Mad Dog.
Yes,
His favorite drink is Mad Dog.
That's a joke. Josh is not allowed to drink Mad Dog.
What the fuck is Mad Dog?
It's a shitty gas station like liquor, like 40 kind of.
Oh, let's go. Kind of like a Johnny Bootlegger type deal.
Yeah. And, like,
Nice.
Josh used to like roll the hills of Kentucky back in the day. So if we play in Kentucky ever, you have to keep an eye on him. He'll be going to the gas station getting some Mad Dogs.
Nah, man, he wasn't.
And I'll find him shirtless somewhere, and I'll be like, Josh, you start to play
He's
this
the
guy.
maker of the gods.
Nah, Panda, I wish you were here a couple days ago when I was with Impuritan, bro. We were talking about fucking Steel Reserve, those blue spikes you get from the gas station, bro.
No.
Those things were so good. I don't care what the fuck y'all say. Pay like $1 and you get 9%, dude.
Christ.
Those were the
Somebody
best.
said recommended things to do in C in Knoxville.
I just got here.
So it's. I mean, Richie would probably. He's been here longer than
It
anybody.
just depends on what you want to do. I mean,
Yeah.
Knoxville has just about everything, but I mean, there's lakes. There's we're right next to Dollywood. There's like, I mean, if you're me and a nerd, I mean, there's like some cool stores, comic stores, and stuff like that. But like, it just depends on what you're. Really, just depends on what you do. You could do anything here. There's like
Restaurant wise, I can't say enough about. There's a German place here called Schultzbräu. Very, very good.
yeah, the Schultz Brow. Right.
It's like a castle. It's really
Yeah.
cool.
I mean,
That's
we have a
cool.
Yeehaw now, which is cool.
Yeehaw,
I haven't been
we
there
have a
yet.
ton of really
A
cool
lot of breweries here.
Yeah,
We're basically becoming another Charlotte.
Carm,
right?
Carm is like a thing right here that's not
Yeah.
that's not anywhere else. Which I know sounds like a silly answer, but
Yeah,
I didn't know.
it's like a Goodwill local deal,
Yeah.
but they really
Oh, word.
know about the songs that they have.
Yeah, it's like a boutique, like bougie.
Yeah, bougie Goodwill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bougie Goodwill. That's tough.
Yeah.
Uh,
I mean, obviously we're a college town, so we have all the college towns.
Yeah.
What is the boy?
Hey, place.
Dude, this place underrated. That's our hook.
That's where we go. We go.
Anytime we have to.
We're
have-
the
we
only
have
time
like
we've
a-
been recognized. They recognized them both of us.
Yeah.
we anytime we have like an outing where we all just get together, we go to Peyton's place, which is off
It's off of Merchants.
Merchants, I guess. Yeah, Merchants. That's a good one.
Do you guys normally start with the lyrics when you're
I was
ready
going to
to
ask that too, yeah.
the instrumental first? So like I think I mentioned this earlier in the chat earlier in the stream that we used to just write the music and then figure out what we wanted the song to be about. This last record was the first time that we
Had a theme.
we had a theme and then we wrote all the music to the theme and then which Mark came in after the music was written, so this time he had to write the lyrics to the music. I kind of think that's kind of how it's done in metal. I don't really know if that's what you do or if you just have a notebook full of stuff. That's really, I guess, a question for him. But I feel like it's always, in my experience, been music first, then vocals.
Absolutely.
We definitely write stuff with vocals in mind.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like when we write parts, we'll be like, this is kind of what we, and we'll tell him that, not to take away any power from him, but there'll be times where we're like, we really envisioned this when we were writing this, and usually doesn't always. So I'm not literally, honestly, if you want a real thing, we demoed a lot of vocals when Mark first joined the band. Basically, it's kind of like a let's see what he can do on our music kind of thing, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And we had some because we didn't have vocals at the time. Our drummer and I had pretty much been like, this is what we want. This is it. This is what we want. And then he would do stuff, and we would go, well, that's not what I wanted, but it's way fucking better than what I had in mind.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go with that. So that was definitely the main experience of tracking just demo vocals with Mark, was him doing stuff and me going, good.
There's a follow-up that says, okay, so follow up to that, how do you decide what sound matches the theme?
I don't know, what do you mean? I don't.
I mean, I guess I'm interpreting that as like, more like. Oh, sorry, this is dying. I gotta fuck this up.
You're good. I'm just letting you know I'm going to run to the restroom real quick. I'm going to keep you on the
Oh, you're
same
fine.
screen, though.
I
I'm
don't-
going to turn my camera off real quick.
Okay, before let's see if they can figure out how to word it first.
Yeah. Can you word that a little
I
bit?
get it. I think I get it. Or there's basically saying like, okay, if we had a preset like concept in mind, when you guys are working on a song and you're thinking, okay, what does this IP make me feel? How do you take that and then write from I don't know either. I wasn't there
Yeah.
for that. So.
Well, I'll say this: I write a bunch of stuff. Like we wrote a bunch of stuff. Basically, like I had like we're renowned for writing some riffs, right? And then they go in the drive, and it's like here's a riff, and then we will like be talking about like conceptually, like it depends, right? If we're doing a single, then it's just about that one song. If we're doing a record, then like, well, this is kind of how we want it to flow, and then we'll bounce the ideas of how we want it to start, how we want it to end, this, that, and the other. So, like for this particular record example, we had the intro of the album. It was already written by our drummer. He wrote the whole thing, and then he had sent it to me. I said, "Well, I want that to start the record," and he was like, "Okay, cool." And it was just a thing he wrote. But then me and Fred were hanging out, and I was like, well, I really would love to come out of that into this to like start the record on the first track. Yeah. And then we wrote a riff like that, and then we brought it to our drummer and we reworked it. Our drummer does a lot of guitar writing too, because obviously, like I said earlier, he was in a band with me playing guitar. So we had a lot of guitar players in the band, so we all bounced ideas a lot. And he just kind of, we would rework things to work out how we want. And then, like I said, we kind of decided like we want these songs to be about, you know, this particular thing. So then we would like have that idea. So like this, the first one, for example, was about a certain game, and I was like, this is the mood I get from that. So then we just kind of leaned into that, you know, for that song. And then the rest of them, as we were writing them, we were like, yeah, this is what we want them to sound like, or the idea. We also try to keep them different, you know what I mean? Different enough to where they're not, you don't want to have the same song 4 times on record. So it's like, sometimes you got to look back and be like, oh, we've already kind of scratched that idea.
Yeah,
you know,
I really think that we did a good job at every song on this EP feeling pretty damn different.
I agree.
Everyone has a totally different vibe.
I like how they kind of refer to each other each too.
Right.
There's still little sections. That
the
you're
correlation
like, oh, I hear
is
this
kind of insane,
it's
but
cool.
it's for you, given that they literally sound nothing. They all have their own thing. It's kind of cool. They have their own identity for sure.
Yeah,
it's
100%.
cool as hell.
So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah.
Well, my last question for you guys is, and this could be for you personally on your everyday life or for the band as a whole. What is the most important lesson you've learned thus far?
It's another tough one.
I'll probably keep it pretty music for me. So like I'm gonna keep that in the room. Tough lesson, music wise. The number one thing is you got to keep your fucking ego
In check.
You got to keep it out of it. I mean, there's people get so upset. Like no one has to like my band. No one.
And we don't. And it's fine if you don't.
It's totally fine if it's not your bag, and I respect that. And like my thing is like I can't thank the people who dig what we're doing enough, because that's just cool. I write music that I like and that my friends and I like, and if you don't like it, that's totally cool, man.
Yeah.
But your opinion of not liking it is going to change how I feel about it. Not to say that I won't take criticism, because I love when people are real with me about what they think about stuff. But I just think there's too many dudes in music as a whole that just let their ego run them and just think that there's like this weird chip, or like I deserve something, and it's like no one deserves anything. Like no one has to like.
Be grateful for the opportunities you're getting.
Yeah, I mean, work hard, and like my opinion has always been like if you make stuff that people like, they will come. And if but no one wants to. Yeah. People want to see you fail too, so it's just kind of like if you have this attitude of like, oh, I deserve this, then it's just more fuel for people to like want to see you fail. So I got some advice from a guy who was, his name's Ben Eller. He has a YouTube channel named Uncle Ben, and I just remember he was like always this amazing guitar player that I watched growing up in his bands, and then we've played. He's been in bands that I play with, and now he's in like he literally plays guitar for a living now through YouTube and like live gigs, which is incredible. And he's the best guitar player I know I've ever met.
He's awesome.
And he is the most humble human being I've ever met. And that was one of the things that I just took from him, is it was like, you have to be humble. And I may not always be humble, but it's like, I just think that's a huge thing, is that I try to keep my ego out of like, try to kill my own ego. So it's like, like we can be good. I think we're a great band. I love our music. But I don't think I deserve to be loved by everyone in my town or in my scene or whatever.
Right,
it's just,
You have to find the balance.
Yeah.
Like, you have to do everything that that you're gonna do with your fucking chest now.
Yeah.
Like you have to. If you're not believing in your own shit, nobody else is ever gonna believe in it. But you can't let that get to such an extent that you feel like it's a personal attack of somebody
Yeah,
that
that's
you like. But
exactly
you're
it.
like, it's
Yeah.
not.
It's exactly it.
A
Yeah.
lot of people are gonna take it their own way, which
Always.
it's not that. It's not
Always.
that. It's just
Yeah.
you being like, I like what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm happy with what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, that is
Totally
totally
fine.
fine. But also, like, you know, I'm not gonna be upset if you don't like it. You know, like I'm just gonna be like, oh, okay, well they didn't like it, but you know, I like it, and that's it. If I feel like if I'm putting out what I like, then I'm doing the right thing.
I
For
think
sure.
a more general answer from my perspective, a lesson, I guess you could say. I think was the question, right? It was like, what's the lesson?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Something I've learned hard about being in a band is balancing my time in general. Like
Fair point.
being in a band, it's a lot of time. It's a lot of energy. It's a lot out of your personal life. And I think a lot of people, like my friends and family and stuff, obviously, I think a lot of them do a good job at like knowing what that's like for me. But for the most part, like just balancing time in general has been a huge lesson for me. Like, you know, whether it be relationships or, you know, parents, brothers, siblings in general, or friends, like balancing time and having them understand that like what we're doing is, while it's treated more as a hobby more times than not, it's very like time consuming. Even when I'm not sitting with these guys or we're practicing or whatever, I'm thinking about something, you know, like, oh, you know, Richie and I are constantly back and forth about, you know, a show opportunity.
Content.
Something to content post.
Yeah, I mean, like I think you and I even talked about some content stuff the other day, and I was like, yeah, I kind of took that role in our band of doing
Killing
content,
it, straight killing it.
and I appreciate that. But it's like it can be so like much.
It's a
you know
it's
what
a
I mean?
daily thing for
Yeah.
sure. Like a daily thought of like, okay, I'm doing this today, but like also,
Yeah.
you know, I have a conversation about this that definitely affects. You know, I don't know. That makes sense. I don't know if that's a.
No, that makes
What-
sense. Social media in itself is hard as fuck. Which even, you know, he was giving me a tip. He was like, "Hey, try to do this," and I was like, "Yeah." I forget because it's so hard.
Because I was like, it's a tool that I found, and I was like, hey, this really works. Because then you can just like, you know, it gives people. The biggest thing with it is you got to give people a place to go. You know what I mean? It's a funnel to where you want them to be. So that was the thing.
I've learned a lot this past few weeks on social media because I've just started doing this 3 weeks ago. So doing all.
So, this is cool. I like this a lot.
Oh, I appreciate it. I'm glad. I hope you guys have been enjoying it. But like you were saying, it's a daily thing. Trying to reach out to all these bands, then schedule. I'm scheduled at the end of October already. On top of doing all this shit and keeping it flyers and posts every day, it fucking sucks trying to do it on top of a full-time job.
We're all working our 40-hour jobs or whatever, and like trying to do this on the side too, and trying to make it more of a serious thing as well. And it's tough, man. It can be like exhausting for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But there's so many details that people don't think about that people who aren't in bands and who don't know the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
For sure.
And it's not fun all the time either, you know. Sometimes it fucking sucks.
We've learned that the hard way sometimes, yeah.
What about you?
Well, like an important lesson learned through doing music, I guess, probably more than anything, if you're gonna try something, like, know that it's not probably gonna be good the first time, but you should try it anyway.
Agreed.
I would say that's the realest shit when it comes to music.
Mhm.
You're never gonna be happy with the first pass of it, honestly. I'll listen to this shit. I talked to you about this yesterday with the new EP that we worked on, and I can listen to it and simultaneously tell myself at once, like, I've hit all the notes that I want to hit better than I ever have. This sounds more like I've ever wanted it to sound than anything else I've worked on, but also I think it sounds like shit. Like, it needs to be way better.
It's impossible.
Like, absolutely. You just have to fucking do it. Like, there's something so real about doing anything creative or anything in general. Like, do a bad job first so you can learn how to do a good job. I think it's probably the hardest lesson that I've had to learn with anything musical, because your pride tells you want to wait until you think you're going to do a great job the first time, and you never are. No matter
You just
what.
gotta do it.
never are.
Learn by your mistakes, man. That's how it fucking goes.
Absolutely.
I am sad you didn't ask me the one question that I was so hoping you were going to ask, but it's okay.
Which was?
Oh, I wanted you to ask us, like, who our influences were.
Oh, okay. Hey, fucking adding it to the list, bro. Hold
I'm
up.
to give my shitty answer forever. So.
Hold up. Let me write this down real quick. So I got another actual last question for you. So what are your guys' biggest influences or idols?
Yeah.
You can go first.
Oh, no,
You wanted to answer this question. So go ahead.
no. Did I really?
Yeah.
Did I want to answer this question? Like currently, like what's got me going right now?
Thanks,
Or-
Death.
Huh?
I was saying thanks to Death. He said, "Wow, great question, bro. Yeah, I came up with that all on my own, bro. Appreciate it."
I mean, if I had to like pick an overall art, like a influence or band that really put me on the spot with music in general would be, I mean, anybody would guess this in the band, but the Used are a big one. I remember watching DVDs of them when I was in like, I was like 11 or 12 years old, and they kind of put me on the map. So that would be like the Used, Nirvana, stuff like that on the early days. Currently though, like I cannot stop listening to Spite. I'm a big on Spite, and it's funny because this is all stuff post the Pure Dark. So like I'm excited to write new stuff after being influenced by a lot of this. But I'm also, this is kind of a lame answer too, but I'm kind of fairly new to like some of the older Whitechapel stuff. So like This Is Exile, New Era Corruption, and Thematic Defilement are all like, I'm still like getting acquainted with some of those albums, and it's like, it's still to this day, after what, 15, 18, whatever years
15,
later.
20 years, yeah.
And it's still, that's how incredible it is that I'm listening to it kind of like newly listening now, and I'm still so influenced by it now. It's absolutely insane. End would be a great one. End are absolutely fantastic. All this to say, I'm excited to write new stuff after being like really heavily weighted on those bands for sure.
Yeah.
Like major influences, Slipknot will always come to mind first. Slipknot was my truest childhood band, and Iowa will always be a defining record. Whitechapel will always be a defining band, especially for doing heavy vocals. Michael Ackerfeld from Opeth and also Bloodbath will always stand out as one of the first vocalists I heard. I think when I was younger, I was really pretentious with heavy music, and I was like, if you can't sing, you're shit. Which is so stupid because now I'm so much better at screaming than singing. I'm like, you're a dumbass. But
He's a good singer.
Thank you. But when I was younger, I was definitely like, you have to know how to sing to your vocals. Which Phil Bozeman got a pass because he was the god tier screamer. But still,
Now he sings. So.
And now he sings,
Now he
motherfucker.
sings.
And apparently he's been good at it forever. I'm sure, probably. But still, like, he comes to mind. Lamb of God, Randy Bly comes to mind. Anthony Otomasu from After the Burial always comes to mind for me for higher.
He's good.
He doesn't get enough credit.
I agree. They're new. Those two new singles.
Rare Form, the re-release of Rare Form will always be like a
Dude, you
album.
and Pat have brought that up to me like a numerous
It's
basis.
amazing.
Yeah.
Modern day, for me, the guy I think I like the most as a vocalist that influences me the most. The guy I think is the best is Ben Dewar of Shadow Intent and Hollow Prophet. But the guy I think I like the most is Tom Barber, like Darko, Chelsea Green, and formerly Lorna Shore. Because I think the thing I respect the most about his approach and how he sounds is that the second he's on a track, you know it's him. Nobody else sounds like him. And that's the lane that I want to be in as a vocalist. I want to make sure if I did ever do a feature, if I ever get asked, you know what I mean? If that was to ever happen, I want to make sure the second that I'm on there, you fucking know that it's me. That it's like a different kind of sound. I respect the fuck out of that.
Sweet. For me.
He's been fucking waiting.
I'm only bringing this up because I've been listening to a lot of like the downbeat stuff or whatever, and not anything about that, but I've been listening to a lot of podcasts in general. And I'm a little older than these guys. I'm in like my 30s. So I got into this specific genre of music when I was like 15, 16, 17, right? And I just get really tired of seeing guys my age being like, oh yeah, man, I'm a huge Madball, like all these 80s fucking bands. I'm like, stop fucking lying to me and tell me that when we were 17 and 18 that you weren't like Whitechapel, Suicide Silence, fucking, all those bands, it's like, and like for me, like, because I mean for Death Course, like Whitechapel, I wasn't the huge Suicide Silence guy, but like Whitechapel was huge for me. The Black Dahlia Murder, Between the Baron and Me, Spies Icon, you know. But Die Art came like in 2010.
A little later.
Yeah,
that was younger.
The Hate album is what Hate album for me was like my first Die Art experience. But like in the Oceano.
Adam.
Those were the bands for me. Like I grew up when those bands like popped off. And I was like, the shit. And if you want to go before that, that got me into that realm. You're talking Killswitch Engage. You're talking Under Us. You're talking Unearthed. You're talking Despise Icon, Ion Dissonance. You're talking like those kind of bands. So like I just get really bummed when I hear other guys my age just try to only talk about these like old school bands, which give them their credit. I'm not saying they don't deserve their credit.
But at the same time, we already got those Harley riding motherfuckers, bro. Get past it.
Be real with me, dog. We both know that you were at those Ghost Inside shows and all these other shows. And you were like, we all know Through the Eyes of the Dead. Like we lived it. We lived it. Look at me now. We lived it. Start admitting it to yourself. It's just like how everybody now is like, see right now, everybody's like, oh yeah, I loved My Chemical Romance, and I love this. You weren't saying that to me. Like you were literally like, no, I hated that band in high school, but you loved it, and you loved it. And and guess what? You're a liar. You're a liar in your soul. And just be real with yourself. You loved Whitechapel in 2007, and you still probably like those albums, but you just don't want to admit it. You just want to say you like At the Gates or some shit. So like, you can be cool. It's not being a fucking gatekeeper, and just be real with yourself. So I just want to say I'm heavily influenced by the 2007 through 2010 era of deathcore, like that Salt the Wound, fucking the Black Dahlia Murders, any album by them. I love Last Casket. Through the Eyes of the Dead. Even as Blood Runs Black album, I was so into at the time. Don't love it now. It didn't age well, but it's still, I loved it then. Carnifex.
Carnifex,
all of that newer Carnifex album.
Yeah, but Eye to My Face was a banger. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I was heavily into those things, and like I am a huge Unearthed fan, and a huge Killswitch Engage fan, and a huge. I have Unearthed lyrics tattooed on my arm.
Dude,
so
Unearthed top 5 band.
Yeah, top 5 band. So
the ultimate band.
I just was on a kick about this earlier. I was like, I'm just tired of listening to podcasts and just dudes in the era that were in the era. I'm not talking about dudes who were in those bands in the era. Because for like Alex from Whitechapel, for example, to say that like In Flames or whatever band is a huge Meshuggah, or that's the one that everyone says Meshuggah. And Meshuggah is great. I love Meshuggah, but you weren't listening to Meshuggah in 2007. Don't lie to me, homie. These current deathcore guys. You know what I mean? So it just kills me. I'm just like, I love Meshuggah and I love Gojira and I love all those bands, but it's like, just be real. Be real with yourself. You know what I mean? I just get tired of hearing it.
Hey, listen.
Those bands, their credit.
Don't put some rap on Gojira's name, okay? I got fucking Mario's drumstick right here. He's gonna hear it, okay? Calm it down.
I'm not saying anything bad about this.
Nah, I'm just fucking.
That's what I'm saying. Bands like the Whitechapel guys, those were their bands. You know what I mean? But I'm in the generation of they were my bands. You know what I mean? Like Whitechapel, all those were my bands that were like, this is what got me into this. You know what I mean? And they're still going. Yeah. So I don't know why everybody's got to be so fucking lame.
People got it in their heads that listening to hair bands and shit is still cool, and they're like, oh yeah, I love this. Like, dude, just fucking.
The band that got me real in general was AC/DC, the same riff 45 fucking times. But I'm like, I'll die by that. I love AC/DC.
Yeah, I can't agree with you. I'm not into the Rock 105 shit. Sorry.
That's okay, brother, and that's okay. But you know what? That's Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen, fucking.
Hey, I give Van Halen their respect.
All those bands are what were that was. I was like, whoa, this is guitar.
I grew up on.
That, I was like, I don't know what music is.
Killswitch Engage was that like Killswitch Engage and Linkin Park. Oh, funny enough, Linkin Park. Yeah. Like point specifically a song for Linkin Park.
Like Slipknot. I mean, those bands.
Slipknot.
But I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't make that leap. Like Slipknot came way later for me. Mm-hmm. Like I was a guy in like Korn and stuff. I didn't really care for any of that. System of a Down, didn't care for it. I was a classic rock dude, and then I got into Under Oath, and I got into Killswitch Engage and Unearthed, specifically those three bands. And like they were like the catalyst of like, oh, you can scream and sing in a song. And then no shit, Nocturnal came out, and I was like, I don't care about singing at all.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck Like I was like, these riffs are juicy, and that was just my life. That was it. I'm telling you, that was my life.
There's a question here that says musicians you like to meet the most, and I kind of feel like this is a maybe whatever answer, but honestly, just because of how he's living his life, Misha Mansour. If I could sit that guy down and pick his brain about how he's doing obviously really well with his life, and I think if I could pick his brain about how
they were just very smart up front.
Yeah, and I cannot I respect that so much, man. I love the business
you
side
have
of
to have
things.
that business.
They had that from the go.
Mine's gonna be obvious. Mine's Dave Grohl. Like I mean,
hey, that's OG though.
The dude just literally the other day, like I'm sure everyone's seen it, but he like drove his smoker to the homeless shelter and fed 500 people.
He does it a lot.
He's just like I'm good. I like to make ribs, so I'm gonna make ribs for homeless people. And I was like, if I was loaded, I'd do the same fucking thing.
Yep.
What musician do you want to meet? It's Dio, isn't it?
I need to go too.
It's Ronnie James Dio, isn't it?
I mean,
y'all could go piss.
It isn't Ronnie James or Meatloaf.
I actually don't know who would be like top of the line. Part of me says Michael Ackerfeld just because I think he's a funny motherfucker. I don't really know who else would honestly come to mind immediately that I'm like, I would love to have a conversation with you and like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's weird. It's weird with anybody that you would put on sort of like a higher pedestal, like idolize kind of it, like to have a comment. It's weird. You know?
I've kind of gotten in this weird phase in my life where like I just kind of like realized that even celebrities are just people. So like I used to be like this bumbling guy about that too, but I'm not saying that you are. I'm just saying that I just got to this thing recently where I was like, they're just people. You know, it's like they're just little people. I mean, if they're too good to talk to me, then like whatever. But,
that's the whole point of this project, dude, is for people to like see their favorite bands on stream and understand that they're fucking people. That's all this is.
Yeah. I mean, that's we're
send them some love, send them some money, but realize that they are humans.
We're just a local band trying to do the damn thing, you know?
Yeah.
Well, is that the last question?
That was the last question. I mean, Mark, go take a piss, homie.
Bro, I will. Thank
you. Dude, please.
I'll say for those of you that are in the chat, I'll go post about it as soon as we get off here. But
no, you're good.
We are going on tour in November. It's not a massive thing, but we're going on tour for 9 days, and we're going to be mostly in Florida. Some of the dates, I'm going to make a post. Some of the dates are still not completely worked out in the first stretch, but we have locked in like 3-4 days, and we're playing in Duluth, Georgia at the end of it. So we are playing there. You can see us in Gainesville. You can see us in Gainesville literally coming up, and then we're playing in Gainesville, Florida on this run with Burn Absolute and I'm so stupid. There's so many shows. I'm losing bands.
It's so hard.
But there's a lot of cool bands we're getting to play with in their hometowns that we're really stoked about. So we're gonna make a post about it. You know, literally as soon as we get off the stream. But we are going on tour, and we're gonna plan to keep doing that and trying to play in the region a lot. So if you want to see us, start dropping your cities and start telling us who your promoters are. We're trying to get out there.
Absolutely.
So that's our goal. The goal is, like we said earlier, we're going to try to shoot for playing every 2 weekends a month, minimal, going out playing 6 shows a month.
And he and I are doing a lot of the booking and stuff, so like if you got a city or something, hit one of us up and let us know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, someone said Augusta, Georgia. I don't know how far away that is, but I'm sure Duluth or Gainesville.
It's like near Atlanta-ish.
Yeah, so
Duluth is right near there, so you can come to Duluth for sure. And and for going to north, we plan on trying to do that in the next summer, because we go south in the winter, which is why we're going in November to fall. We're going to Florida, and then next summer we're going to try to go up north and hit up New York and those areas. So Ohio, stuff like that.
And we got a couple cool prospects for bands we want to bring too. So
yeah, well these shows are, we don't have anybody specifically that's coming with us on anything. We are playing some shows with some bands that like multiple days, but it's not a tour as far as a package. It's just us. But if you want to see, it's we're the only. There's other bands on the shows that we're not touring with one specific other band. You know what I mean? So
sick.
Maybe in the future, but as of right now, we thought it'd be easier to book just ourselves. Just put us on your shows, please.
Yeah.
Let feed us something, please. God.
Yeah, that's sick though. That's gonna be a sick ass tour, dude. It's gonna be fun.
So the Savannah guy, I know that we're trying to shoot for Jacksonville, which I know is not in Savannah, but it is not
close.
far.
It's
So if you were
close.
trying to make a trip, you can do it.
Yeah.
So, but just look out for the post, and we'll be announcing those days. So
I'm in North Georgia too. Shit. But yeah, boys, that's all I fucking got for you. I wish I could have got the video playing. I didn't expect it, so my bad.
it was a last minute thing I came up with today, and I was like, oh, maybe we can like.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's all. I would have liked to play it, but it's all good. But guys, seriously, thank you so much for hanging out. I had wanted to talk to y'all for fucking ever because I've been listening to your music since you started making music as a band. So it was really sick to have you guys on here and kind of talk one-on-one in a way. So thank you guys for hanging out, and thank you for everybody coming by and stopping by. I'm gonna stick by for another few minutes on my ending screen and kind of talk about my schedule coming up. But if you guys want to hop out of here, man, I really appreciate you guys stopping by, and hopefully can have you guys back on here, when y'all are done with your tours eventually.
Yeah, man.
We don't get to do this stuff often, so it's kind of cool. It's
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Well, thanks, man. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I appreciate y'all.
Bye.
Peace, everybody.